We're doing great, just straight off the bat. Marcus forgot the time. I didn't forget the time, but then I went and made Marcus tea, and then Marcus was now screen sharing everything and panicking. So happy to have you.
Yes, for the record, I didn't like completely forget the time. I was sitting here and like preparing. I just thought that maybe I had a few more minutes. But yes, here we are. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Who else is here?
Is everyone else equally panicked and
panicked
and disheveled? Was gonna be the question I actually wanted to ask. But,
Cool.
Spelling with my face is difficult.
It is.
Oh, I apparently opened the completely wrong YouTube thing. For the 27th of March is the one I have open.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the one that's actually live right now.
Yes.
What a concept.
Okay, so for those of you who might be confused, what we are doing right now is that we are starting off the last world building stream for this project, where we are writing a book together and we are getting your help in plotting it and in world building the world.
Yes.
This was going to be the last stream we did.
Completely last stream for this project.
Yeah. At least we were intending to be done and be able to start writing tomorrow.
Yes.
We're not done nor ready to start writing tomorrow.
Nope. We are not.
So, yes, this is not going to be the last stream all in all. This is going to be the last pure world building stream, and then we're going to stream on Saturdays only during March and do mostly plotting and planning and world building where we need it.
Yes. Such is the plan, at least.
Yes.
Plans have a tendency to change.
They do.
But that is the plan that we have right now.
Yeah.
And I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Not sure I feel completely convinced that we will be done in a month. But
no. But if we're not, then we'll just figure it out then and change the plan again.
Yes.
This is the beauty in my when I did my plans for 2021. This is the reason why I did plans and not goals, because you can change plans.
You can change goals too, in my opinion. But we're not going to have a discussion right now.
Yes.
Yes. So is anyone else here? Because I feel like maybe we should recap a little bit of what we've done, but should we just do that into the void, or is anyone here to hear it? If a tree falls in the woods and so on.
I mean, if nothing else, we can do it for the people to watch the replay.
True. Which I'm going to just shout out. I'm missing the name, but I'm going to shout out the person who has been very kind and commented on yesterday's stream.
Yes.
Giving us a lot of good suggestions. Christine Bannerman from Australia. Big thank you to the suggestions that you commented yesterday.
Yes, thank you.
We have read through them. We haven't done anything with them, but they might come up today, or they won't. But I really appreciate them.
Yes, so. And I trust you to keep track of if they do come up, because I only heard you read them to me, so I don't remember them because I don't remember things I hear.
No. Yeah, I'll try my best.
Yeah. Okay, so. We are world building a secondary fantasy world, and I mean I don't really know where to start with recapping the world building, because there's a fair bit of it.
There is a fair bit of it. I don't know if it's better to just recap some of the plots and maybe remark on and we have planned the elementals, but we haven't planned how much magic drains you or something.
Maybe. First, I'm just going to say that there's a link down in the description to World Anvil, which has it's a link to this specific world in World Anvil. So everything that we know about the world is there, if I've had time to put it in. But yes, that's an excellent place to go and see what world building we've already done.
Yes.
And if you're watching this in the replay, then you will have time and you can just pause and go read that and then come back.
Yes.
Although that might be spoilery, because anyway, you can do whatever you want. So we have basically, the story is that we have two characters who are setting out on a quest. They're setting out separately. They don't know each other, but they're both setting out on the same quest to gain a bunch of magical abilities so that they are eligible to rule the country.
Yes.
And the point is, they might not know this, but we know this. The point is that they are going to co-rule. They are not going to, we have gotten these powers. We have to fight each other to see who rules. Potentially, they're going to have to fight the current ruler of the country, but that is...
yeah, they don't seem very willing to give up their power.
Not really, no. And I think actually that's the recap we need for now.
Yeah.
And then the things we are going to do in this particular stream
are
this. Make it a bit bigger.
Yes. At least this is the starting intentions.
Yes.
They may change.
Yes. We are going to figure out the technology level of the world. I don't think that's going to be super difficult, but we do need to agree where we're at. We're going to do a little bit about the fox snakes. Again, probably fairly simple. What are they called? What do they actually look like? And how common or rare are they in the world?
Yeah.
Again, I hope that is going to be fairly quick.
Yeah.
We're also going to look a little bit at the cost of magic, which might be a bigger thing, might take a little bit more time. What does magic cost? Both the magical abilities that our two characters have woken up with, where my character, Niam, has woken up with the ability to see in the dark, and Matilda's character, Lid, has woken up with the ability to heal other people.
Yeah.
And what can they do? What can't they do? And potentially also talk a little bit about that, not only for those two powers, but also the powers, the elemental powers that they gain throughout this this quest.
And it might be a difference between the power that they wake up with and the powers that they gain.
Yeah.
They might work differently.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Was going to look a little bit at the calendar because they have 6 months to finish this quest. And we need to figure out how they tell time.
Yeah.
Basically.
And how they know they have 6 months. And yeah.
Yeah. We might also look a little bit at food. I think that is a if we have time sort of thing. Because otherwise we'll just figure that out on the go.
Yep. And so the yawning begins.
Yes. We're also going to look a little bit more at this challenge, the quest. Because we talked a little bit before about maybe hints, like when you've finished one trial, one element, maybe you could continue, like get a hint in the dream form of where to go next. But then we've also said that at least Niam is going to make a plan.
Yeah.
And then maybe they don't get the hints, but we'll maybe just he doesn't get the hints, because that was also a thing that we talked about.
Yeah.
Get as in understand in this case.
Yes.
Hello, Moon.
Hello, Moon.
I'm so excited. I squeak.
Good voice crack over there.
Yes.
Hello, Moon. Very welcome.
Yes.
We're going through our plan for this stream and what we're hoping to get done today. It's a lot.
Yes. And I also had the question regarding if the challenge physically changes them in some way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, if and when we get to that, I'm gonna explain what I mean.
You have
with that
thoughts, I see.
And then we also had a little bit of stuff about shapeshifters, like basically what are the superstitions and specific prejudice that humans can have against shapeshifters, and potentially the other way around.
Yeah.
But person whose name I've already forgotten, who had commented on yesterday's stream, Christine, I believe that she pointed out that Niam and Lid are going to have to overcome these prejudice that they have against each other.
Yeah. If they're going to co-rule and if they're going to be a partner situation thing.
So that's the thing that we should probably figure out what they actually think about each other when they first meet.
And also vice versa. I think that there are a lot of, even though Lid's mom, one of her moms, is a human,
Oh,
I think that among the shapeshifters there are still prejudice, if not superstition. There is prejudice about humans.
yes.
So
Yeah, that's why I said each other.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move both calendar and food down, because if we don't figure out anything else about the calendar, we can just say that, hey, there are moons and they tell time via moons.
Moon, how do you tell time? Do you have a watch? Or
we have an oracle named Moon.
Aha.
We have to go to find out what date it is.
Love it. Excellent. Scheduling seems a bit difficult, but I love it.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, those are the things that we're thinking of figuring out today.
Mm-hmm. Anything else that Moon or anyone else is thinking that we... Hello, Violet.
Hello.
That
Welcome.
we haven't... That we've talked about in the past and haven't mentioned here that maybe we should think of at this stage. Let us know.
Yeah.
Also, either Tev or Lid could have more prejudice than the other, causing a conflict between the two of them. Yeah.
True.
I like that. I like that. And I find it interesting then, because I've been thinking, I think we've said that Tev has been to see humans before. He's been trading with them and stuff.
Yeah.
Lid is the one with the human mom.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see who is the most prejudiced.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna write that down somewhere.
Under prejudice? Superstitions?
Yeah, but that's not really a world building thing. That's more of a plot thing.
And
Plot
so it
thing.
begins. I'm gonna go grab a lift thingy real quick. Do you have it everything here?
It's in there, I think. Lid or Tev have more prejudice towards humans than the other.
Yeah.
That could go either way, because Lid has a human mom but hasn't hung out a lot with humans.
Yeah.
Whereas Tev has hung out with humans, but also only with one sort of humans, and that might
Exactly.
still not have given him the best
Introduction to humans.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
So we're thinking we'll go through this list from the top to the bottom.
I think so, unless you or anyone else want to start with a specific thing.
I'm fine with going from the top.
Yeah.
Can't promise I won't get sidetracked, but that's just me normally. So
I mean, that is how our streams normally work. So,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. So, technology level of the world. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking kinda not very modern. I don't want there to be cell phones and modern stuff.
No.
We talked about photos and pictures and that a while ago,
No.
and there I'm not sure what I feel. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a traditional,
Medieval Europe
medieval
kind of thing.
Europe, old fantasy, yeah.
No.
I don't know much of it or about it, but I wouldn't mind that being the thing that we do.
No.
And what I mean, we could also always have that as the baseline, and then be like, yes, but we do want them to have, I don't know, steam powered engines, which is quite a leap from medieval.
Yes.
But that was the first thing I came up with, and like, oh, they figured out that, but
Yeah.
they don't have cameras, and they don't have telephones, and they don't have
No.
whatever else.
Yeah. I think my most important question here is, have they invented books? Is because I don't remember.
The printing press.
Yeah, the printing press.
Yeah.
Has that been invented? Do they have books
Yes.
and or newspapers and things like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an archivist.
Yes.
He needs to have books.
Yes. I mean, that could also be like handwritten stuff. Are things handwritten, or are they printed?
Yeah. I don't know, actually. It makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
Lid is a bit of an inventor, right? Maybe she's kind of cutting edge for her world. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yes. But if they've invented the printing press, the differences that makes is probably a greater literacy than otherwise. Books are more widely available. Not everyone maybe can read, but it's not just the top people.
Yeah. A thing that I'm thinking though, we talked, I don't know if we ever landed in that, but when we talked about Neum, and we talked about Archivist and Librarian, and we talked about Mapmaker, if there are, because with Mapmakers, like, oh, I'm going to trace this map and the coastline looks like this, or is it like I have access to a printing press and I can make 50 maps an hour, which is a bit high, I know, or is he a map maker at all? Because in that case, does he explore the world and like hand draw it and then make maps of it, or does he just print them, or does he is he a map maker? Period.
I mean, what we said was that he aspires to be a map maker.
Okay.
He works in the map part of the archive, and he would like to actually go out and make maps as well.
Okay.
Regarding even if the printing press is is invented, that doesn't mean you can print maps.
Okay.
Necessarily.
No, it's true. You can print the letters.
Yeah, because you have to create each
shape.
Yeah. So the maps are probably still hand drawn.
Okay. Well, then I say yes to printing press.
Yeah.
Moon is saying greater literacy, more spread of information, lower value of each particular book than if they were, eliminated manuscripts.
Yes. Greater literacy.
Cheaper books.
Spread of information. Cheaper books. And then my next question here will be, how great is the literacy? Are there, can everyone read? Is there a thing that everyone goes at least 2 years in school and learns basic reading? Or is it, if you have some money, you can send your kids to school?
And if it's everyone, is it both humans and shapeshifters?
Good question.
Yeah.
Because that's just a thing that I think will be important regarding, I think sort of the feel of the world, for me at least, it makes a difference if it's, everyone has basic reading skill, or is it traders and above, or is it does a random Smith know how to read?
Yeah. Also, sorry.
Violet is suggesting that all human kids learn to read.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask if there is a printing press.
Yeah.
When was it invented? Is that 5 years ago? Is it 20 years ago? Is it 50? Is it yesterday? Because that also makes a difference on how far literacy has gotten.
Yeah.
As a thought.
Yeah, I want to say it was a while ago. It's not a new invention as such.
No. We've moved on to printing press 2.0.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking all human kids learn to read. And then Moon is asking if shapeshifters are telepathic and don't necessarily speak the common language, do they have reading, writing, and books? And there I was thinking that since there is a divide between humans and shapeshifters, books might not be the thing that the shapeshifters are trying to get through trading. Just spitballing here. But I'm thinking since at least Lid's mom is human, there might also be other humans living among them. They know how to read, and they might have taught some people, their children, small groups of shapeshifters, the younger generation shapeshifters, or something. So I'm thinking maybe Lid can read because her mom is human in this case. Maybe Tev can't. Lid hasn't really needed it because she's been living in like you said, there's telepathy, and she's been living with shapeshifters, and she's an inventor and an artist. Tev has been trading. Maybe could have had the use for it, but hasn't needed it.
Yeah, or he knows how to read pearl, wood,
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
I have, regarding this question, one of the questions that I always ask myself when I create a new creature is, how do they, no, let's see, do I actually remember my, I don't remember the question exactly, but shapeshifter.
Drumroll.
How do they transfer information over generations? That's the question.
Is it word of mouth, or is it written down, or is it cave paintings?
Yeah. Because that makes a difference in. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
And there is also the idea that maybe shapeshifters have a different written language.
Yeah. That is true.
But yeah, I do like the not reading could be the reason why they feel better than shifters.
Definitely.
I think that's a really good point.
And speaking of, I know that's coming up later, but the prejudice.
Yeah.
Then there is the prejudice that shifters can't read.
Yeah.
First of all, and that might be a prejudice that Niam has about Lid and Teb.
Yeah.
As well. Like it's a fairly small thing, but it's still a thing that could affect the plot and their budding relationship or friendship.
Yeah.
No?
Oh.
Moon is saying maybe Tev is... Ow, I bit myself. Maybe Tev is good with reading and writing numbers and price tags. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, if the shapeshifters in the shapeshifter community, where Lid has spent all her time, they do bartering and trading, and you do me a favor, I do you a favor. She doesn't know money, clearly. We've talked about that. And then also doesn't know price and cost and math.
Yeah.
Which is a very good point.
Yeah. So humans can read most all of them, if only a little.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking they probably don't have a 10 years in school kind of thing.
No.
But it might be that each village has a teacher that teaches all the kids the very, very basics of reading and counting.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
Humans can read shapeshifters can't or have a very different written language.
But shapeshifters can learn from humans.
I mean, yes.
For example. Yeah. For example.
It's not that they're incapable, but...
No. But I feel that should be
shapeshifters don't learn human reading.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. With few exceptions. Yeah. Side question for whenever. Does anything else in the world have magic? Anyone else in the world have magic? Maybe not the same kind as theirs, as the heirs, but something we don't have in our world. Magic can lessen the need for technology. Another type of technology or magic that might be useful to know is medical technology and or healing traditions. Yeah. That is a good point. We talked a while ago that the elementals have magic and that they potentially worked for the ruler. We didn't get very far on that.
No, but I think we changed our okay. What I recall is that the elementals have elemental magic, the same powers as the heirs get, but each an electricity elemental only have the electricity power, can't have the other ones. The thing where the elementals potentially worked for the ruler, I think we scrapped when we said that the elementals don't have an interest in the human country really, and they are seen as messengers of the god or the gods, because then that would shift the power dynamic if they worked for the ruler, who is granted a saint as well in their view. Religion should probably be on here in the world building. First of all, we're doing that. And what magic exists in the world? Yes, but I do think, just quickly there, I don't think magic is a very common thing since it's so tightly tied to the ruler and the one who is supposed to rule and chosen by the gods and all that.
Yeah.
That said, they might have superstitions about like witchcraft and things like that. That's not actual magic, but like witchcraft probably was in our world. Yeah. So the technology level is basically medieval Europe. Or rather regular fantasy level, because that's not exactly the same thing.
But with printing presses.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's like horse-drawn carriages and
agriculture is more manual labor.
Yeah.
With the help of horse-drawn stuff, horse-drawn things. Yeah. Maybe cobblestones, but not paved streets.
No. Cool. I think we'll leave that there for now.
Yep.
And then we'll probably need to make it more detailed later, but at least now we have somewhere to start from.
Yeah.
Fox snakes.
Yes, I'm gonna pull up Christine's suggestions.
Yeah.
Because Christine said, read more. She didn't say that.
That's all she wrote. Read more.
Ouch. Ouch. Okay. No, she wrote, I had an idea about the name for the fox snake creature. It makes me think of a ferret that is all long and flexible but covered in fur. So I was thinking maybe the creature's name could be a combination of ferret, snake, and fox, such as Seren, Ferren, Ferrix, etc. Just something to think about. Yeah. Sure.
What was her? Ferren.
Ferren. Ferrix. And Seren.
Did I spell it?
No, the Ferren and Seren with an I at the end. I'm not opposed to expanding them to also being part ferrets.
No.
But also, do you still have the pictures from Moon's kid?
I do.
Because one of them, the one that was furry and long, because we haven't also decided which part is fox and which part is snake. But also, if we have a fluffy, long creature, I don't know if we need to mix in ferret for it to look similar to a ferret.
No, I mean we don't have to mix in ferrets, but they can still look a little bit like them.
Yeah.
Let's see, where do I have? Okay, there.
Waiting dance, waiting dance.
Or you can just keep talking.
Oh, keep talking words. Words talk.
Okay, maybe dancing instead.
Yeah. Because I keep thinking of them as the creature that I drew with fox top and snake bottom. But I know that one of the suggestions from, I'm completely blanking on the name of your kid. Noel, yes. Was a snake snout and then furry, long boy.
For a long boy.
For a long boy, yes. And I don't know. We haven't really talked about it, Marcus. We haven't talked outside the streams about it.
We have not. So these are the suggestions. I'm also going to put up the banner to give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
Stabby
Dark Lord.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you, Violet. I feel like we're on the same brain wave level.
Yes.
Good talk.
Yes.
Because I've been picturing them more. I don't know. Sort of like the one that's getting its snoot booped. But maybe scaly. Although if it isn't scaly, that would be adorable.
I mean, it could be scaly, like in the front, like in the
in the stomach area.
Yeah, the stomach area. That's that goes against the ground because fur would just get tangled and dirty.
That's not good.
No.
Yeah, I've been thinking most of that.
Yeah.
I love the puffy tail.
Yes.
When I make it like part rattlesnake, so it's a fluffy tail, but it goes.
I mean, maybe.
Go. What does chat think? How have you been envisioning the fox snake? How have you been thinking about it, Marcus?
I don't know.
No.
I don't visualize things, so.
No, true. Looking at these, which one would you rather write about? Who looks most like Bodhi? Look like a Bodhi.
I don't know. It's so difficult. I really like all of them.
Yeah.
I do like the boop one.
Yeah.
I do also really like the top, the majestic looking one
with multiple tails. Yeah.
But also the ability to slither.
Yeah, and be worn like a scarf.
Yes.
Am I imagining wrong when I'm thinking that Bodhi spends a lot of time on shoulders?
I think that depends on the size of him, but yeah. Violet is saying boob nose. Moon says, I like the idea of belly scales. They're called scutes? Scute. Yeah. Makes sense for movement and it would also be really cute.
Fox face would make it look more approachable than snake face.
That is very true.
Very true.
Yeah. So maybe we'll go with the booby knot.
Yeah. Wear a scarf. I want one now. Yep. Same.
A bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with I love the boob. And with scaly tummy.
Yeah. Okay then.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see the watermark until now.
Oh.
With the knife.
Yes.
And stabbing. I like it. Yes.
Yeah.
We should also decide on size and coloring.
We should. I have a question for Moon to relay to Noel in the meantime, or at some point. You don't have to do it now. Do you think they would be okay with me putting this up in the on the World Anvil page, obviously with credit to who made it, to give an illustration of what they look like? Let us know if that would be okay then, and yeah.
Also, looking at it closely, I think there actually are scales on the tummy.
Yeah, I think it might be.
We felt so clever, didn't we?
Yeah.
We've been outsmarted by a teenager again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
then
we're going with this one.
On the nose scoop.
Yes.
They're actually home from university this week, and I can double check, but I'm sure they'd be delighted. Well, let us know, and again, big thank you to them.
Yes.
For this.
Yes.
Contribution.
Yeah. Okay, we are going with the boobsnoot.
Boobsnoot. Home, but totally asleep right now. Well,
Yeah.
it's only 2 p.m. where we are, so it's like early morning where you're at.
We are not judging. I am most certainly not judging.
No. I wish I was asleep. So, all right. So, what do they look like? They have fox snake combinations.
Yes.
You're not sharing the screen right now.
No, I know. I'm getting back to it. There we go.
Well, no, but there we go.
They no legs.
Nope.
8:30.
We slept till 10 today.
Yeah.
So would have liked to keep going.
Why are you awake? You have small kids too.
And didn't we decide that Moon is an adultier adult than we are?
True.
Yeah.
No legs. Fur on top.
Yeah. Scales on the bottom.
Scales on bottom.
Do the
Belly.
scoots. Are they how if you could spell out the pronunciation, Moon?
Is it scoot or is it scoot? Scoot.
No,
There's scoot
there's
on it.
Is that an actual word or are you making a word out? We don't know English. Do the belly whatevers. Maybe have a greenish tinge. I like that.
Yeah. Also, hello Alexis.
Hello,
Welcome.
Alexis. Welcome.
We are deciding things about fox snakes at the moment.
Yes.
Up since a few minutes before 6 because small ones. But did those a bit more with baby in bed. That's good. Pronounced scoot.
Well then.
Scoot.
Yeah, it's actually a word.
I didn't doubt you for the record.
Well, I just scale cute, and then I tend to mash words together. And okay. Okay, so it's like the shell of a turtle or skin of crocodilians and the feet of birds. Okay, interesting. Learned new things today.
Yeah, but I would really like getting back to the color thing. I would really like it if they had like the proper red fox.
Yeah.
Because not the boring
brown gray,
grayish
like
ones
orange fox,
yeah.
Swedish foxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have that at top, and then it gradually becomes more green as it goes towards the scoots.
Like around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that too. I don't even know foxes. Do they have white tipped ears?
Who knows?
They do, don't they? Well, no, actually, not really. Foxes are so cute.
Red fur, green
Scoots.
Color gradually changes.
Foxes are also white from like around the mouth and then down.
Mm-hmm.
This fur is white.
Whitebeard.
Whitebeard, yes. I want to have an Arctic an Arctic fox snake.
Oh.
Yes, they're completely white.
Cool. Maybe they go white in the winter.
I love it. To blend in. Or like whitish grayish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Foxes are so cute.
Yes, they are.
I'm not getting distracted. You can keep
Okay.
talking.
Okay. What do we want them to be called? Moon says that she likes ferrets.
But not as much as snogs.
Yeah, I like snogs too, but I also think that it's a little bit too on the nose. Too be on the nose.
I don't know. Because also bearing in mind, like, yeah. This is a combination. Okay, this looks like a combination of two different animals.
Yeah.
But have foxes and snakes actually red?
I mean, the question is more: does whoever named them, do they believe that they have?
Yeah, I mean, it could just be a case like, they didn't tell us what they were called. We're going to call them a feryx.
Yeah.
Like we've named everything for humans.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind feryx. I think it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Both the feryx.
I think to me it's a little bit too much like ferret.
Yeah. What else? What other suggestions did we have? We had
Seren.
But
I like the X.
Yeah.
But I don't know with the other
Snacks.
Snacks.
I'm a snack. Nox. I just keep counting as Nox. Because I feel like we need to know this at some point in the story, at least, because it's going to be what the hell is that? Oh, it's not just like, oh, it's Bodhi. It's a, Ferox.
I'm just trying to smash the letters together and
Yeah, see what sticks.
yeah.
Ferox with an A. A suggestion from Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Furix.
Furix.
But then we have no snake in there.
Oh.
Not a single letter of snake.
But I like Farix.
Yeah? Bodhi the Ferox.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, let's go with Ferox.
Yes.
Okay then.
We have a name.
We have a name. And they have no legs, fur on top, scoots on bottom. Red fur, green scoots. Color gradually changes from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have the wispy white tail end, or like do they taper off like a snake does, or do they have like a puff, a plume, something, a fluff?
I like the fluff.
I like the fluff too.
Yeah. And then they're gonna have to like when they move, the tail is gonna have to go up so they don't dirty that.
Yeah.
So they're yeah.
Yeah. I see it too. I see it too.
I don't see it, but I think it would be cute.
It would be cute. You
Yeah.
are very right.
Yeah. And the face is like more fox-like than snake-like.
The face more fox-like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we have that face
Like a fox.
Fox-like, not snake-like, but still with the snake
Tongue,
right?
Yeah. Also, if they change color in the winter.
Yeah.
That should be mentioned here too.
Yes. Change color in the winter.
I mean, snakes shed their scales.
Yeah.
Do they also shed? Do the Ferox also shed their tum?
I mean, probably in some way at least.
Yeah.
But
Does
I wonder.
that also change color? Is my question then. Like if it's normally if it's in the summertime it's green and like a vibrant, in the wintertime does that go grey and the fur go white? Depends on the climate they're in, maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
But the puffy tail should go in somewhere.
Yes.
Tail puff. Guessing that they're pretty uncommon if it was going to be an exciting thing to encounter for Tev, I agree.
Yeah.
Or at least from a part of the continent that is distant from the islands and where Tev would have gone to trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think they're very super common.
No,
maybe they're common out in the wild and less common. Like, not common. Okay, maybe they're rare and even more rare to have as a pet. You can encounter them in the wild, but it's not like, oh, I turned a stone and look, there's a Ferox.
Yeah, no, they're generally rare or at the very least very shy.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to domesticate them.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Niam found Bodhi like as a little puppy.
Yeah.
And took care of it.
Yeah. So it's called a puppy then?
I don't know what snake babies are called.
Noodles.
Snoodles. You found Bodhi as a little noodle.
Yes. Little lint-covered noodle.
Fairly rare. Or at least rare to see. Very uncommon aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I should click away from these pictures of foxes, shouldn't I? 'Cause they're
Maybe.
adorable. Yeah, I like that. What?
Did you really just say snoodles? Yes.
I did. I was gonna say like snakelings or something, and I didn't figure it out. And I was like, it's noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's correct.
I feel like I haven't been corrected yet, so it might be. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Moon loves it, so they are snoodles.
Okay.
Okay, then we know a little bit about
The ferrex.
the ferrex.
Ferrexes.
Ferrexi.
Yes, that's also how do we grammar that word?
You don't have to because they're so rare. You never have to talk about more than one of them at a time.
Okay. Is it a flock or is it a murder or is it a group, a gang?
Soup.
A soup of noodles.
Yes.
Okay. That's why they don't hang out in groups. You can only find them one by one because they know they're being referred to as soup, but they don't like it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does that mean we move on to magic?
I believe it does.
Look at us being like so efficient.
I know.
I feel like we're always more efficient in your streams. Maybe it's because we have more direct questions to answer.
Yeah.
Or in mine, it's more like, oh, and then what happens, and then what happens.
Could be.
Which are questions, but they're not as
Yes.
Hmm?
Okay, magic. What is magicked? Magicked. Everything is magicked. Yeah,
Yes.
soup.
Yes.
Soup of earth.
Uh-huh. Yes. Well, magic is rare. Magic is had by the ruler, the elementals, and the heirs who wake up with powers and set out on their quest.
Yeah. Where am I? There am I. Rare. Elementals.
Mhm.
Ruler. Heirs.
Some of them, not all.
Yeah, but the heirs. Hello, Eva. Welcome.
Hello.
We are just starting on the magic.
We have decided that a group of fox snakes are called a soup.
Yes. And their actual names are ferrex.
Mm.
They're not fox snakes, they're ferrex. And soup of ferrex is a group of ferrex.
And the baby ferrex are called noodles.
Yes. That is all important and adorable. And yeah. Magic is rare. It is had only by the elementals, rulers, and the heirs who are doing the quest or have done the quest.
Yes.
Okay.
I need a hoodie.
Okay. And the elementals have the elemental magic that belongs to their element.
Yep.
The ruler has the power that they woke up with, plus all of the elemental powers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I started thinking, like, what if they lose the power they woke up with once they've gained everything else? But it's not really a point to that.
No.
No.
And the heirs have the magic they woke up with, and then they gain the elemental magics as they go through the quest.
Yep. And since them failing the quest is them dying, they lose their powers when they die. So that's not that we don't have any heirs walking around with like some magic.
No.
Because
No.
Yeah.
What about magic artifacts?
I'm listening.
Magic artifacts. That always tricks me because I want to write it with an I. but in Swedish
Yeah.
there should be an E there,
Yeah.
and that is just wrong.
Yeah. Oh, right. Sorry. Last weekend we also talked about the regalia.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what you're coming to now.
Yes.
Oh, we're finally on regalia. Again, I thought that I was being smart and clever and thought of something that no one else thought. It's fine.
There is
A clown.
Huh?
A clown.
The regalia.
Oh, right. There. Okay. Yes, there might be other magical artifacts.
There might be.
Yeah.
Owned by the crown, can only be used by the ruler.
Yeah.
Heirs.
Yeah.
Once they have the elemental power.
Yes.
Eva is asking if magic can be hidden.
How do you mean?
Do you mean if, like, maybe there are other people with magic, but most people just don't know about it? Or, yeah.
Mm.
I
I don't know. Let us know.
don't know. So the regalia, we wanted to
Yes.
crown,
Mm-hmm.
sword,
Cape or cloak.
cape,
Scepter.
scepter,
Apple. Or it's not called an apple, is it? That's just my orb.
orb.
Yeah.
It's called an apple in the Swedish one, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought I just got that from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no, the royal apple.
Uh,
Kid has awakened. You are absolutely welcome to put the drawing up on your Discord. Thank you.
Yay.
Also on World Anvil, which is a more open thing. Anyone can see it there.
Yeah. It's linked below, I think, if you want to see
It
what
is.
it's like. Yeah.
I mean, I can also just show it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like this.
Yeah.
Anyone can go
Anyone
in and
has
look
a
at.
link to this, right? Or is it anyone? Anyone?
Anyone.
Anyone.
This is completely open. And yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
If yeah.
You don't have to run to them right now and
No.
and ask now. Yes, we wanted 7, right? But what do we have? I'm not. Oh, I could scroll. I thought this was going to scroll automatically. So no.
Yes to World Anvil too. Cool.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noel.
Yes. What about like a brooch or a pin or something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look up types of regalia or like. Yeah.
Ring, necklace,
ring. Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't have to use all of these, but to have a few options and see if people in the chat have other suggestions and or preferences among these. The point here is maybe people aren't quite aware what we're doing. Maybe we should explain that. The regalia we talked about in an earlier stream, and these are artifacts that the current ruler or the crown owns, and they came from the gods or from the elementals or something like that. Mm-hmm. And when you have the elemental power, you can use this item. We haven't actually decided what you can use the item for, if it's like enhances your elemental abilities, or if, yeah, we don't really know.
No, because were they going to have to be like, I've marched up to the castle or the palace, whatever, and like, I can make fire, I can make air, I can bend metal, I can do this, and then that's what approves them? Or do they have like, I'm going to put on the crown, if that doesn't burn my head off, that proves that I have gotten the firepower?
I don't know.
No.
That is the thing we should probably decide in this area here.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, each thing will be connected to one element.
Yeah.
And probably have some sort of special extra power, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise I feel like it would be a bit weird for it to like
to matter that much.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be like, oh, on state visits you can wear this crown. It should have more power than that.
I mean, they could also just be. To be fair, regalia in our world is just symbols.
Yeah, it's just pretty.
Yeah,
practically.
So these could just be symbols that also show that yes, I can touch this, therefore I am worthy.
Yeah,
it could be that simple.
True. I also started thinking with the regalia, we haven't decided what is connected to which element, but like, I don't know, a sword to me would make sense if it was the metal elementals. And then like connected to like, oh, but if you're grounded, it's something you wear on your feet. If you're level-headed, it's the crown. If it like, I don't know. You were talking about the ruler being paranoid and not letting the regalia out of his sight. Perhaps he would try to avoid having anyone else try it on at all.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that could... There is the... Because we talked briefly about maybe the current ruler is super paranoid and like extra paranoid, probably because, all of the reasons. And insecure, and therefore always wears all of the regalia just to show
even to bed. Wow, okay.
Didn't quite mean always, but but like anytime people see him, he's wearing all of this stuff just to prove that, hey, I am the rightful ruler.
I had a thought that doesn't help anyone do anything.
Yeah, okay then. What is it?
What if the regalia or a piece of it went missing? And first I was thinking, what if Liam isn't actually an archivist? What if he's a thief? But no, I was like, what if it went missing and then something and then something.
Okay.
Ooh, no, that won't work because they're dual rulers. What if? No, because we also didn't want them like picking up a bunch of stuff along the way at the quest. I was thinking, what if like, oh, I have now earned the water power, and then I wake up, and there is the royal cloak, like right here. Why is it not in the? Why is it here? But then they would have to lug a bunch of things around, and we don't want that.
Yeah. But what I was thinking was that maybe the ruler will like hide the regalia so they can't find it, or what Moon is saying now, that they can make a fake one to discredit them.
If it then comes with an extra power, you mean? He could make one that would burn everyone's head off, so he would prove them illegitimate. Good point. And then, if we go back to the plot from yesterday about the poisonous plants, what if she's immune? Because she's already gotten the antidote. And so it doesn't burn her head off.
Maybe.
Cool. Just a thought.
Yeah.
But what is the point of the regalia, though? Because is it a magical artifact, or is it just a, look at me, I'm so shiny? Because, I mean, honestly, I'm saying, if I had regalia, I would just wear it because it's shiny.
I mean, if it's just that it's shiny, then I would like for it to, at the very least, prove that I am worthy. Basically, I can touch / wear these things without them hurting me. I am worthy of being the ruler.
That's the thing, though. What if, because it's the elemental gods or whatever who grant the power. The challenges happen if they deem you worthy, and if they deem that you've learned your lesson or proven your virtues or whatever. You wake up with the power. The ruler is a shitty person. what if they have been deemed unfit to rule? Like, once upon a time, they were fit to rule. They did the challenges and everything was great. But over time, after they became ruler, they became a very bad ruler. And one day, something of it hurt them.
Yeah.
And so now they have they picked up the I don't know, the orb, and it burnt their hand. And so they always wear a glove, and blah, blah, blah. And so in order for no one to catch on, they have created the replicas of the regalia. So they can still be seen holding the orb with a glove, granted, because, yeah. And they can still be seen holding the scepter and wearing the crown and so on.
Yeah. But none of it is real?
None of it's real.
Has he then lost his powers as well? Or...
I don't know. I don't know if the powers can be revoked. Maybe the point of the regalia is for the elemental gods to be able to not control the ruler, but keep them in check.
Yeah.
If you go over, like, if you, again, also if we connect it with, like, oh, crown has to do with something mental, like, whatever, and now you have misused your metal powers because you sent people to die in a war and gave them flimsy armor because it was expensive and yada yada yada, collected too high taxes, whatever. You don't lose your metal power because that can't be revoked, but you can no longer hold or wield or use the sword.
Yeah.
And it will hurt you if you try.
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. I don't really know how that then coincides with, like, if we're going to have you need to put on this crown and prove yourself worthy, unless he digs up those from the treasury somewhere and, like, this crown is clearly faulty. You know?
Yeah. And Moon is saying that his powers could be reduced but not gone entirely.
True.
That would also amplify his fear, because not only has he have the gods like remove their hand from him, or at least some of them, maybe not all of them.
Yeah.
But also his powers are diminishing, which means he knows that if even one of our characters manages, they are going to be able to defeat him.
I have a question. Has he been killing off the royal heirs? Like he's been killing off, through other people, killing off the commoner heirs?
Maybe. Why?
He lets them out on their quests, out of sight, and then they die. And then the longer it takes anyone to fulfill the quest to get all the powers, the longer he stays in power. Maybe he's made sure that they also... I mean, no one knows how they die. Just someone else in the palace wakes up with a power.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's Lid. But still, he might have had a hand in that to cling on to power for as long as it could.
Maybe.
We like him. He's great.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think, chat? Is that too dark, too bad? Because I really like it being dark and bad. No, but it's not that far-fetched, I think.
I mean, the only thing is, when is he gonna stop? Like,
Never.
what is he thinking? Because
Is he thinking?
I mean, he's not gonna live forever. Or is he just thinking that I'm gonna be in power as long as I live?
Yeah.
And when I die, then fine, someone else will have to clean up my mess.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
maybe.
yeah.
Because then, like, you know, if anyone finishes all the trials, even if it is my own flesh and blood, then it will be proven that I am unworthy, because I will not be able to defend myself if they challenge me.
Yeah.
And I have raised a bunch of power-hungry people, so they're not going to want to wait me out, from natural causes, to kill me.
Yeah. So the ruler has lost the blessings of the gods, at least some of them.
So his powers have been diminished.
He can no longer touch.
He can no longer cuff. I agree.
Regalia, and those elemental powers are diminishing in him. he has
made replicas of the regalia.
Replicas of the regalia to hide this.
Yeah, because he can't have anyone know.
No.
The rule is now he.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe after his own kids, like he was okay with his own kids.
Yeah.
But anyone else,
yeah,
because his own kids he raised, and like he
had a hand in that. They would do fine.
Yeah, and like they were power hungry, but they were also loyal to him.
Yeah.
But maybe his nieces and nephews
are too soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he can still be seen wearing the regalia. I don't know if you want to add that.
Where's the replicas? All the time.
Yeah.
To prove.
I mean, that might also be a thing. Someone might have accused him of like, well, you're a shitty ruler. You don't deserve this. The gods must be angry with you. And he like takes it a step too far. Like, no, I'm wearing all of it all the time. You can't like. Clearly, I am right. You are wrong. Welcome to prison.
His children died during trials. He decided to kill off all other heirs as they left for the quest after.
Because that could also be a thing. Usually, the heir is one of the ruler's kids.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't tend to go on for like 16 people down the line, unless they have 16 heirs, I suppose. But like. I like that.
Yeah.
I came up with that.
You did. And Moon said something.
He could also have an obsession with trying to prolong his life, if that was a useful plot device. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's how he talks. He hasn't like developed past the age of like 4. Like, haha, neener, I'm right, you're wrong. I don't know how many 4-year-olds have put people in prison, but
if they could,
it's a made-up world. Anything can happen.
It's about staying alive.
Staying alive. Ha 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 ha.
Excellent description of a dictator. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So back to the world building.
Yep. That helped the world building though.
Yes. Yes. Is only those that have finished the quest can touch/wear them.
Yes.
A 4-year-old and yes, yeah.
I didn't mean to call them out. I don't know how commonly they send people to prison. I'm not going to ask questions.
My cousin, when she was, I don't know how young she was. This is one of my younger cousins. I have many cousins.
You have many cousins, yeah.
I have many cousins. These are one of the younger ones. Now I don't remember the context, but she once very, very seriously told her mother that you are fired.
I've heard that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So my aunt got fired. I don't know really what from, but her daughter fired her.
Yep.
I don't think if she had figured out that prisons were a thing, that might have...
Probably would have evolved into that, yes. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah.
All those that finish the quest can touch wear them. It's a symbol that they're worthy.
Yeah. I have just an addition to the thing you wrote downstairs about the plot thing.
Yeah.
How do they find out that he's been killing off his own heirs? because I don't want it to be a, villain monologue at the end. I'm like, oh no, I thought killing off everyone would help. They need to figure that out along the way somewhere.
Oh.
Maybe that's what the dreams are about. Maybe the dreams aren't about, go to the fire department next. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe the dreams are
no
at this. Yeah, fine. What do I know?
When my oldest was 5, they said they were going to throw me away in the trash can. Yeah.
I mean...
No. Moon, have you seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? I love that movie. The main character is a scientist who grows up with his dad, who doesn't really believe in him. And he invents spray on shoes. He's excellent. I love him. I don't remember the quote now. It's something about like everything is rubbish or
something about like trash.
Yes, and then like he sticks his arm up and then like points down at himself. Trash. I love it. I relate very hard to him.
Yeah.
I am also trash.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Okay.
In this house, always say nice things about ourselves.
We do.
You have angle right there.
I have angle right there. Yes. But yes, back to, you wrote that down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have to figure it, like it has to be somewhere. But if we go back up to, I'm so used to me sharing my screen, but you can't see what I've marked. Oh, you can. Hello. Should we have them be, the regalia be linked to, regalia, potato. Should we have them be linked to, like, if you wear the pin on your chest, then that's related to your heart and you being kind? Or is it just like plant, metal, water?
I think it makes more sense that it's about the element, if nothing else, because they might not learn the same virtues, all of them.
Okay. Are we liking these? Because these are 8. We need 7.
Yeah.
And we don't have boots, for example. If ground and I don't know. Spurs. I don't know. What are we thinking? Does anyone have any other suggestions for regalia? I'm not gonna start saying that just the one way. That would be so weird.
If someone could inform us how it's supposed to be pronounced, is it regalia or regalia, or are we saying it completely wrong?
I mean, I think that might be an accent thing as well.
Maybe.
Regalia sounds more British. Regalia sounds more American. But I might just be messing it up.
I want to add shield.
I thought you were going to say ship for some reason.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to wear the ship.
Cup, however.
Cup, yeah. A fan.
Yeah.
Or like an umbrella. Parcel, yes.
No, I did not.
What did you change it to?
It wants me to. It asks, "Did you mean paraply?" Which is the Swedish word for
yes,
umbrella.
But no.
But yeah. I think either is fine, but Matilda's right about British American, in my opinion.
Okay,
cool.
Thank you. What about like we haven't discussed religion yet.
No.
But like a religious text, like a Bible or a like.
Maybe.
Difficult to carry around, essentially.
Yeah, I'm mostly thinking that like the. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have a few now.
We do.
Which ones do you guys like or don't like?
Well, let's just ask that as a one. Like, which ones do you like? Shout those out. The ones you don't like, don't mention them, so that we don't get confused.
Okay, I just thought they could like specify these are the ones I like.
You can do
ones
that.
I don't like.
Yes, fine. Listen to Marcus.
You can do whatever you want. Just be specific.
Don't be specific. Don't be.
Do be specific. Do be specific.
We don't spend any time on TikTok. Yeah.
And I mean, we can also start if there's one we love or hate.
I mean, I feel like there should be a crown.
Yeah.
I like crowns.
Yeah.
I'm taking over here.
Okay.
I'm also a little bit like he can't have the rulers, the regalia can't be 5 things you have to carry in your hands.
No.
Because he only has 2 as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
But like a sword you can keep in the scabbard on the side.
Yeah.
I hope it won't go around like wielding a sword at people. Wouldn't put it past him. But yeah. I also like the cape.
Oh.
Because it's a non-metal thing. Most other things seem to have, well, maybe not the fan and umbrella, but most other things seem to have, yeah.
Also, Violet the same cape for sure. So
cape for sure.
Yeah.
Cape.
And I mean, many of these things don't have to be made of metal.
No, I guess not.
Like it can be a scepter made out of wood.
True. Crown, sword, cape, scepter, orb, shield, piece of jewelry would seem pretty traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do we say? Crown, sword, cape,
scepter, orb, shield.
Scepter, orb, and shield.
And a piece of jewelry. And I really like ring there. I think that's the most traditional one.
Yeah, I think so too. And that is then 7.
6, 7. It is indeed.
Yeah. I did like the idea of cup though.
Yeah.
But yeah. Would he carry around a shield on the daily?
I mean, why not? Apart from being heavy.
Exactly. He could strap it to his back, I guess. Because then he would wear the crown. He would have crown. He would have the sword at his side, wear the cape, hold the scepter and the orb, with the ring on his finger, and like the shield strapped to his back or strapped to his arm.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking that he has enough limbs to.
I mean, he's probably also he might also not have to actually carry. He could have a holder for the scepter or the orb.
Yeah, like at the front of the throne armrest, there's a. You can stick them in like a cup holder.
Yes, but I'm also thinking like he has a scabbard for his sword, but he also has something to hold the scepter in, so he doesn't have to hold it in his hand all the time.
True. I like the cup holder.
Yeah. Moon is saying could totally replace orb with a cup.
Yeah.
I think I like the idea of cup, if nothing else, because I like the idea that he's just carrying it around and always drinking out of that cup, refusing to drink out of a different one.
Yeah. Okay, then let's swap orb and cup. Cup. Orb. Fan umbrella seems very quirky. I mean, I did see that as was it Japan or somewhere? I somewhere had no, where was it? I saw it somewhere that it has been a thing.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Additional display under something.
Cool.
It might just be displayed things. Okay, fine. Yes, and shield could be like a buckler strapped to arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm worried I'm not saying that right either. But it's fine. Cup holder. It's perfect.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
crown, sword, cape, scepter, ring, shield, and cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't remove the other ones,
No.
but
The bolded ones, the ones we're going to use.
yes.
Yeah.
So, what are the elements that each of these are?
Yeah. Yeah, and is it then like, oh, the cup has, if we say the cup is plants, is it like, does it have a flower pattern on it? Or is that just not related and it's just, yeah.
I mean, let's start with the elements.
Yes.
Where, I mean, if we're going to be obvious, cup should be water.
Yeah. Cup should be water.
Yeah. And
Shield should be ground because rock protecting.
sure. I want to say scepter is electricity.
Yeah, I like that. Sword is obviously metal.
Is it too obvious?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have fire,
Plant,
and air left.
I mean, he's a bit of an airhead, so I'm saying. I mean, the cape flows in the wind.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
And the crown could be like the bloom on the top. So that could be plant, which would then make the ring.
Fire.
Fair enough. That's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it, I think.
Chat? Thoughts?
What do you think, chat?
Does parasol have 2 L's? Is that it? Or an E at the end? Huh!
But isn't that just the Swedish spelling of it?
No idea. What do we think, chat?
That's how I spell it now.
But with 3 L's.
3 L's and me.
Beautiful.
Yes.
What do we think? You just made that a new word.
No, I said that no, it's not a paraply.
Oh, okay. I like it, I think.
No. If the ring is fire, it could have a volcanic or metamorphic stone in it, created by fire. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Do the original regalia even exist? Or have they shattered and crumbled and burnt and drowned? I don't know. Like, not that he's disposed of them, but are they gone? Did him being such a horrible ruler crack the shield and break the cup and
basically doom the entire kingdom to never have a proper ruler again?
no? Unless you want to.
Moon is asking what could be in the crown that's plant-based.
Flower. It's a flower. It's a flower wreath.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering. Maybe it isn't like golden crown the way we think of it. Maybe it is some sort of
Wreath. Yeah.
wreath or like.
And I mean, a flower wreath, unless magical, which I guess it could be, would wither and die and fall apart. But it could be like, oh, but I have this plot of land in the castle gardens. These are the flowers that grow and are made into the crown on a weekly basis. I don't know how long they survive for.
I was thinking it would be magical.
Oh,
just
fair enough. But he will
continuously.
have to make a new crown on the daily.
Yes.
No.
Maybe it is a living thing, and it is like it grows and it can grow different color or different flowers and different seasons and like.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Yeah. If this killing the commoner thing has been going on for generations or centuries, previous rulers were also pretty evil. So the regalia could have been crumbling for centuries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not be the one who made this new version. This may have been passed down for generation, but like he is the direct heir of 10 generations, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna write down what I have a thought, but feel free to.
Moon also had a good thought.
Cool.
But the regalia still exists, and it's revitalized when the true good rulers show up. Yeah. Unless there's a secret police or something doing the dirty work without the ruler even knowing. I want him to know.
We want him to be evil.
We want him to be proper evil. What kind of wake?
Stone.
They're really the most empowered. The rulers just to keep tradition and make the people complacent. I like that, but not for this. I think I'm just so set on this ruler being.
We just want to hate this ruler.
We do. I want you to hate him too. So no secret police.
Maybe this ruler found out and is in on it, but previous ones didn't necessarily have to be.
That could be a thing. That could be a thing. But I still think this ruler is the direct descendant of like 10 generations, like the oldest child or something, or second oldest. Like, it's been very close knit.
I mean, it's the oldest child that survives, so.
The ruler is always going to be the oldest child of their generation to survive.
True. But like it's actually one of the ruler's children, not a niece or nephew, and not down the succession order. I like those things that you've written.
Yeah. So let's see. We have regarding whether the ruler knows and all that. I don't remember if this is something that we've said or just something that I've been thinking about. That the like the heirs, they don't know what's going on. But because then you won't, like, the heirs, all the generations, as long as the commoners have been killed.
Yeah.
The heirs have never known about that. They have been told after becoming the ruler.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they wouldn't have become the ruler. They wouldn't have been good people.
Yeah.
And it's possible that the ruler is only told, like, it's possible that the ruler is only told if the whoever group of people, advisors and such, deem that, well, this ruler can handle the truth.
Yeah, maybe.
So not every ruler has known.
No.
But there's always been, I don't know, high lords or like advisors or something that have been.
They must be very loyal in that case. We really want to keep our king or ruler and their descendants on the throne. They must have some really pretty big favors with the ruler.
I mean, the ruling family are the ones that keeps these people in power.
Yeah, fair.
If a commoner comes in, maybe the nobility will get a lot less power because the commoners don't like the nobility. And
fair enough. Yeah.
I think it might be just that they are traditionals, and also, I mean, they have. Yeah, if they, I'm thinking that they're as long as this royal family is in power, these people are going to stay in power too. So they do whatever it takes to stay in power. So it's now not only the ruler that is our character's enemy. It's a bunch of nobles or other kinds of creeps as well.
Right. Why though? Why have it be the lords and titled people, and not just have it be the ruler who sends off his assassins or their assassins to kill the commoners? Why add that other layer?
I'm thinking because the rulers, like when they go through these trials, they do prove that I am a good person in some way. I am a good ruler. I just find it difficult to believe that every single one of them
would be corrupt enough to,
yeah.
Unless there's some sort of like prophecy that that once you are ruler, you learn. It's written. No, like once you become the ruler, once you're sworn in, crowned, whatever, then you learn of the prophecy that should a commoner ever take the throne, the entire country will crumble. I don't know. And therefore they're like, I have to protect me and mine. And then they send out assassins. I don't know.
But then there's still then they become sort of good people if they
save the world.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, let's have it be noble creeps.
We can have that for now at least, and we can always change our mind later.
Yeah.
The rulers are not always known about the killing the commoner.
Yes.
Heir thing. That is what I want to say. A group of advisors. Yes.
Yep.
Advice. oppressors, nobles, have been handling that, and the ruler is only told if
Evil enough.
they are evil. Corrupted.
If they're vile or corrupted enough, that
Yep.
works too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this current ruler,
Mm.
took it further in not only killing commoners, but also their own.
So this ruler kind of also has to be really old then? Not really old, but has to have had a lot of children and nieces and nephews and like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they themselves, I would assume that they challenged their predecessor when they were like 18, 20, somewhere around that age.
Potentially.
And then probably maybe got married or started having children around that time as well. And yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking the ruler is probably not out of kids yet.
No, probably not. Just in the right age range.
Yeah. And that might be one of the
Weird.
reasons that they keep killing the others.
Mm-hmm.
That, well, now there are 5 people until my next kid is eligible.
And I want it to be my next kid, so
Yeah.
chop chop.
Yeah.
Literally, chop chop. I'm just starting to think of Henry VIII and lots of different spouses, and you failed to give me an heir, you didn't do this, you're stupid. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to name him Henry or
No.
8th word? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to go back and decide this part? Like, why is it metal? How is it metal?
I don't know if we need to know that right now. I think maybe we
Probably
can
not.
go on and ask if there are other magic artifacts. Are these the only ones that exist, or are there others?
Yeah. I don't want the whole place to be littered with them. Because
No.
if there are magical artifacts and anyone can use them, because that's also the thing, like there could be, magical artifacts buried in the desert somewhere, no one will ever find them. But if they are found, you still need to have magic to use it.
Mm-hmm.
That versus anyone who finds it can use it. That means that person technically has magic. They can wield magic even if they don't have magic themselves. And we said that magic is very, very rare, and only elementals, the rulers, and the heirs have it.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it too complicated. I don't think I want more magical artifacts.
No.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moon is suggesting we call the ruler Octavian or Octavius for an 8th name. I am very tempted. Octavian Octavius the 3rd. Octavian Octavius the 8th. Love it. I'm sitting very crookedly.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just sometimes I can't catch myself on camera. I'm sitting like this, and I'm like, oh, that's why I hurt. Explains a lot, doesn't it? Okay.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be. I just thought that would be a fun nod in that direction. VII. Whee!
Yes. Well, okay.
Is that your computer?
My computer's making noises.
Yes. Cost of magic.
Cost of magic
Mm.
is the next question on our list.
Mm-hmm.
And we have said that healing takes your own energy. When Lyd is healing people.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question there, though.
Mhm.
It makes sense, but I have a question.
Mhm.
That would drain her and make her struggle. Like, she'd have to replenish her health or her energy. But also, Niam's power is not a power that he can, I think, choose to use. Like, oh, I'm suddenly in a dark space. I can see. I don't notice I'm in a dark space. Is what we wrote his beginning as.
Yeah.
So he won't be able to like turn that on and off.
No.
So his power is constant.
Yeah.
Her power has to be used.
Yeah.
Why? That is unfair.
Is it?
Isn't it? Because then he can constantly use it and sure, maybe get tired from it or something. But she will have to actively use it.
I mean, they're both still gonna have costs.
Okay.
He just has a continuous cost.
Ew.
And she can choose not to.
Okay. I can choose to not heal you, it's fine. You're not bleeding that badly.
The TikTok girl with the...
No, yes, the medkits. Apply pressure to the wound. Sorry.
Yes.
It's distinctly different, that's true. I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering if we look to the elemental powers, once you've acquired those, and like, oh, I can now bend this metal, or I can kick up this storm, do they drain you as much?
I don't know.
No.
We will figure that out too.
Yes, I'm just adding questions to the questions.
Yes.
Have you read Artem's Foul? No,
have.
Marcus has. If the fairies don't choose not to, their magic will flow to someone they're touching who needs healing. So if they're unconscious, they will still heal whoever they're touching.
Oh.
Cool. Yes.
We can ignore that question, really, for now at least. Yes, so do we want then Lid's magic to be sort of like that? Sort of like I will always heal whoever I touch unless I choose not to?
Mm-hmm.
And or how similar do we want their magics in terms of healing and when it's being used and stuff?
I mean, I started thinking that if she can choose to heal someone, what if she's put in a situation where she can heal the ruler or not?
Heal from what?
Injury. Tends to be the thing. No, but like, if there's a situation where maybe not the ruler, but maybe like the assassins sent after them, she has the option of healing them. If she does, she risks them getting to her and the others again. If she doesn't, she's a horrible person. Yay, drama.
Yeah, I mean, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Luna's saying that if healing isn't always a conscious choice, in that case, being near someone who's grievously injured would be a huge risk to her. If she couldn't not give them her energy. And that's an interesting thing. Or Niam could develop conscious control even if he didn't have it at the beginning. Learn to turn it off and on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Because first of all, okay, what we've said about their magics, but I'm open to changing our minds, but just so we know where we're starting from.
Oh, I think you are open to changing our minds, yes?
Yes. Is that Lid can heal. We have not exactly said, but I think we've sort of assumed that she can choose to heal or not.
And she can only heal other people, not herself.
Yeah. Whereas Niam can see in the dark, and that is a permanent thing that makes him able to see in the dark, but also sensitive to light.
Yes. I think so, yeah.
I think that's sort of what we've said.
I want Lid's powers to be limited to proximity and possibly probably also touch.
Yeah.
Because not like, oh, someone over there 14,000 miles away, I'm going to heal them. Like, yeah. Gets a bad letter from home and like, no.
Healing has to be close or touch the person.
Yeah.
Can only heal others, not herself. And heal living creatures, but not plants.
Yes. I'm wondering about if she can choose how much she heals. Because we talked about like instantaneous healing, and we talked about stuff like that. And I'm just thinking like, okay, we need to run away from whatever is happening. We're being chased or something's happening. You have a sprained ankle. Or you have a broken ankle. Can I heal it so that it's only sprained and you can keep running? It won't be good, but like you can actually put weight on it, possibly. Or do I have to heal you fully, straight up? Like if I do start the healing, can I stop before you're fully healed?
I mean, if she can choose, she can probably choose to stop.
Yeah, because that's useful.
Yeah.
And slightly mean, but useful.
But I also want to say that it shouldn't be instantaneous.
No, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Being instantaneous, but I agree. But yeah, but then does the healing work so that like, okay, you have this broken bone, I will touch you and start the healing process. Can I still be like, okay, I will touch you until it's only sprained, and then we'll keep going? Or will I touch you for 5 minutes and then it will continuously heal over the next 3 days?
I mean, I'm not sure I understand the question. It'll still heal.
Once
it's normal. Like if it's broken and she heals it to sprained, it's still gonna heal from sprained naturally back to.
Yeah. Okay. But can like say a sprained ankle would take like a week to feel good, and she starts the healing. Would she speed it up? Like, would you start the healing process but not have to touch, the ankle for 3 days, but it would be healed over 3 days instead of 7?
I don't know.
No, just throwing it out there. Because Because I mean, also like, okay, you've been, I don't know. I can't say shot because I don't have those kinds of weapons, but like.
I mean, arrows.
Okay, fine. You've been shot. I have pulled the arrow out and like I've made it so you're no longer bleeding from the wound. But it will still take you a while to regain use of your arm or wherever you were hurt. That she can't make go away. But maybe that will heal faster. Maybe you'll have use back of your arm. Because it also depends. Like, okay, if you've been shot with an arrow, not only have you pierced the skin, you've also torn some ligaments and some tendons, and you're bruised, and maybe all these things. So her just fixing the skin won't help.
No.
But will the healing process continue at a faster rate than it would have normally? Because there are also some things that like it sounds like she could heal most anything, just it will take a while, which means that there might be some things that medicine can't cure. If someone's been shot with 15 arrows in the stomach, they're kind of bound to die, But if she could stop that and heal them. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm not. I'm gonna start answering.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure how many questions you really ask now.
No.
I want to suggest that she can stop. Like, I want to suggest that she has to touch someone for the entire time that she is that her magic is working on them.
She has or doesn't have to?
She has to.
Mm.
So if you have sprained your ankle, or if you've broken your ankle, she can touch you until it's sprained, then she removes her hand, and then you will still heal, but you will heal naturally from that point.
So it would still, once the ankle is only sprained, it would still take the normal amount of time to go from sprained to fully healed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Partially because of the thing Moon just said, that if the healing is going to continue, that means that she has transferred some magic to them.
True.
And if she can transfer magic to a person, why can't she transfer magic to an object and create a magic artifact, for example?
Plus, if her magic keeps working on that person, even though she's not touching them, that should continue to drain her as well.
Yeah. So that's my suggestion. If it works the way Markus is saying, she could be interrupted in the healing process, which could heighten tension. Yeah, that's also a good point.
Yeah.
Which means the example that you said of someone who's been shot with 50 arrows in the chest.
I don't think they would survive anything, really, but yes.
I'm thinking, like, if she gets to them fast enough, and if she pulls enough energy from herself fast enough, she might be able to save them, but that sounds like a very, very dangerous thing to try.
Yes. I mean, I also don't really see why someone would be shot with 50 arrows. I feel like that's a little bit of overkill, but...
Yes. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she has to touch them, but once she stops touching them, the healing goes back to a natural speed.
Yeah.
Natural rate.
And that also means that she can, I mean, for bad injuries, it would be very inadvisable for her to completely heal it, because that is going to drain a lot of energy from her.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking a fairly common thing with healing magic is that either you heal something, but you have a broken leg. You heal that broken leg, which means that you feel all of the pain you would have felt for the next 3 weeks in a moment.
Love it.
Yeah.
Does any of the pain transfer to her? It's also a good question.
Yeah, that was another thing, where either the person is feeling it or the person healing them is feeling it.
Love it.
And or the energy that it would have taken their body to heal, that amount of energy that they would have used up over 3 weeks of healing, that is the energy she has to put into that immediately.
Yeah. Love it. I mean, seriously, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a question too. You can write this down first. I can remember my question.
Yeah. You're not entertained, but it takes your own energy. Do we go with the pain? Do we go with the energy? We go with both.
I think if it takes energy from Lid,
but
the person healing has to deal with the pain.
You
know, short, like all of it, but in a short period of time. Again, while she's touching them. That ends once she's made the broken leg just sprained and stops touching them. From there on out, it's like walking on a sprained ankle. For a week. Yeah.
So both.
Both.
The
healee becomes.
The person being healed has to suffer the pain of healing over a shorter. How's it going?
I should help.
Period of time.
And she.
The person healing has to put in the energy that healing would have taken from the injured person to heal. We know what we mean by that.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, because my follow-up question was also like, say it's going to be a bit gory now. didn't give this warning before, but now I'm gonna do it. If someone has broken their leg to the point of the bone sticking out through the skin, and she wants to begin healing this, the first thing she should do should be to like fuse the bone.
Yeah.
But if she's then interrupted in the middle of that, there's still an open wound in the skin.
Yeah.
So the bleeding will continue.
Yeah.
For example. And it's just like, okay, I've fused the bone, then I need to fix the muscle, and like,
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Another question, just real quick. Do we want her to have to understand the healing, or will she magically see that this bit and this bit should be connected, this bit and this bit should be connected?
I don't know. 'Cause, I mean, she has no medical training.
No.
More than like, okay, I can pull a I got a, what's it called? Sticka. Splinter in my finger. I can pull that out, you know?
Yeah.
She has no medical training, so I feel like it should work magically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way out, and I think
Let's
it's
go with
perfectly
that
reasonable.
Yeah, and if we feel when we are writing, when we have it, and love this part right here, then that is too much, it's too simple, it's too easy, we can change it. Yeah. I want to go back to the chat for a second, is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to scroll a little bit. Violet saying, prolonged touching is a romance convention. I know you didn't want a romantic subplot, but just saying.
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm just assuming that it is because I don't read romance. But
I mean, to me, that really quite depends how you write it. I read some romance, but like it really depends to me how you do it. I mean, obviously, if like you've been shot in the chest, you're fondling certain areas, and that might be intimate and or awkward and just plain bad, you know. But your bone is sticking out through your leg. It's not overly romantic.
Well, I don't think that's quite what you meant. I read this as, you know, when you're handing someone something and your hands touch a little. I thought it was that kind of thing.
I can see it, but since there isn't going to be romance between Liam and Lyd, I don't see that as a problem. Because for me, there needs to be a romantic like spark, like an interest, like something.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a problem exactly.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Moon said it doesn't have to be a significant subplot for there to be an awkward moment or a little romantic tension, especially if it's with a very minor character.
Yeah.
I can see it could be awkward.
Yeah, it could definitely be awkward. Yeah. Would Lyd then need a lot of food after doing major healing? Probably. Food and rest.
Yeah.
And water. Nothing.
I have a living spell.
Me, the wife.
Yes.
Healing can involve itchiness. Imagine accelerated healing would have unbearable itchy moments.
Yeah.
Hate it. The magic itself knows, or the body knows how it should be and wants to go back that way. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that the magic, like the magic feeds on the body's self-image, sort of. And the body knows that, well, because that also, that is actually a thing that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
We talked last week about shapeshifters being able to permanently change features in their body.
Right.
I would like to scrap that.
Yeah.
Because I've started thinking about it, and like it made me uncomfortable to give them the power to fix flaws in themselves, both in terms of I feel like my eyes are too close together, or like anything from just that sort of superficial thing to I was born without a leg, I can grow out a new leg.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of implications that makes me uncomfortable.
What about dysphoria?
Yeah.
When do we not want to have that conversation?
That was the thing. That was the reason I liked it originally.
Same.
But I think with all of the other, I don't think it's. I don't know. The only words I can really come up with is I don't think it's worth it. But I don't think that.
It's okay. We can drop it. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, the point is I would like to scrap that, and that also means that the healing should have a limit.
Yeah.
It should only be able to do what normal, natural healing would have been able to do.
Yeah, if someone gets their arm chopped off, then she can't reattach the arm.
Exactly.
But she should be able to.
Well, maybe she can reattach it. But if the arm is gone, like if she has the arm, she has the arm and she has the shoulder, and if she can like smush them together
and just stitch it up.
Yeah, maybe she can do that. But if the arm is disappeared or has like disintegrated, I don't know,
burnt.
Yeah. Then she can't do anything about that.
No, but she can save, so it doesn't turn like necrotic or something. She can just save the part of still attached to the body.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Violet is saying that readers might end up shipping your characters even if it didn't intend that. I'm fine with that.
That's perfectly fine.
Shipping is
readers can interpret things ways we don't intend, and that's part of the fun.
Yeah. Ooh, I can see.
So there was a blind that was blinding me, or the lack of a blind that was blinding me.
Moon is saying, I do think the ability to make permanent changes could be a slippery slope regarding disability, etc.
Yeah,
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in a way, I would love to tackle that, but I don't think that is a thing we are ready to do in this book.
This might come across as really insensitive, and let me know if it does. But we've removed spiders from this world. Can we just make it so that everyone is just born how they're like? No one has gender dysphoria. No.
That is a.
No.
There's a whole thing with some disabled people, for example, want to be cured.
Right.
Some disabled people don't want to because they wouldn't be them if they weren't disabled, and that whole thing.
Yes.
And I don't want to imply that you can be born like.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Maybe the healing has a time limit. She can heal a recent injury, but not one from long ago, or a birth defect or anything.
Yeah.
That's also true. I mean, the sooner she gets, the fresher the wound. I keep going wounds, but like the fresher the wound is, even now, the better it is to heal it.
Yeah.
If I show up to the ER with a cut that I got 2 hours ago versus a week ago, there's a difference to what can be done.
Yeah.
But that also means that if she's in a situation of like, okay, we are running away and you've now been shot and we can't stop, I can't heal you right now, then that also affects how able she is to heal them down the line.
Yeah. She can only heal fresh injuries.
Yeah.
Once it's anything that has healed on its own, even if it's only partially healed, or like if the bones have fused wrong, yes, they can break it and put it back together.
Medicine can do that too.
Yeah.
She's not special.
But once they have fused together, she can't magically just nope. That's where you go.
Yeah, no. Oh, imagine that pain.
Yeah. Anything that has healed or begun to heal, she can't.
No.
Change.
And that, like, if we're getting too far into medicine here, but like there's a difference too. Like your bone has fused the wrong way versus your skin has started to heal, but it's gotten an infection.
Yeah.
I can maybe like
Like the infection can still be healed because that's
yeah,
a
or
different...
like if we cut away a bit more of the skin, like it'll
Yeah.
take longer to heal, but it's going to heal healthily,
Yeah.
and so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else about older injuries and what she can heal, but I forgot what it was now. Probably wasn't very important right now. I completely forgot. So
Cool.
I'm going to go pee.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Let's see. Showing shifters choosing to live in a different form sends similar idea. What kind of idea do you mean? It's been too long. I'm not sure when you sent this. Could you clarify? Thank you. You did talk about shapeshifters not having gender or sexual dimorphism as children and having gender as a choice as they approach adulthood. Yeah, that is true. And I mean, that I feel like could still be done. Because that's not the same as really as changing anything. So I feel like in a way that could be done, which would make any human trans person really jealous of them, but you know. I'm not going to decide anything about that before Matilda comes back, but I will write it down. Shapeshifters. Start with the superstitions. Sexual dimorphism. As children, do they get to choose? Sort of. Maybe they don't feel themselves in human form, even if it is the norm. Yeah, I mean, there I'm thinking that they just have the luxury of, if they would rather be a cat or a goat or a horse than a human, then they can. And I might be jealous of them, but yeah. You know, sometimes you think that life would be easier if you could just be a cat and just be taken care of and not have to have a job and all of that stuff. But yeah, I want to say that that's kind of potentially all we need to know about the healing. She has to touch the person. We said touch now. Touch the injured person. I want to stop touching them. The healing goes back to an actual speed. She can only heal others, not herself. Only living creatures, but not plants. It's not instantaneous, but faster than normal. Question there is how much faster? Maybe we don't need to know that now. That could be something that Matilda decides based on plot. In general, shapeshifter society seems much more idyllic than human society, so having that major difference about gender would kind of spotlight the way humans are about gender. Yeah. I mean, that would be a very interesting way, because the shapeshifter wouldn't think of gender as something as rigid as humans generally do. Gender is something that happens to you, sort of. But it's not you because you lived many years without having one. Shapeshifters are kind to animals, care about the environment, meet the needs of their citizens rather than exploiting them like capitalists do. Yeah, I really want to live in the shapeshifter society. Apart from the fact that I would love to be able to shapeshift, I like that society. Why can't everywhere be like that? Therefore, shapeshifters have a better situation around gender as well. Yeah. What are their attitudes towards gender? Is it important? Excuse me. As important as it is for humans. Yeah. And I like when creating fantasy worlds or science fiction worlds or any kind of new world for that matter, I like making worlds where, things are better, where things are the way I would like them to be, which is sort of what the shapeshifter world, or the shapeshifter society is right now. That's the ideal, and then there's the human world, which is full of murder and plotting and badness. Which, sounds about right. So, unless does anyone have another question about the healing magic? Or do we move on to the seeing in the dark instead? Hello, Eve. Welcome. Thank you for the like. And good luck. Good luck to good luck at your meeting. Good luck with your meeting. With your meeting. I don't know what happened there, but good luck anyway, and thank you. Yes. Don't see anyone having a question about the healing, so I say we leave that and go on to seeing in the dark. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry. You okay?
Yes. Yes. Good. Cool. I think the healing is pretty well explored, but of course I'm not accustomed to knowing this much about a world/story before I write. That's fair enough. I'm used to knowing a lot more, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has happened since I was leaving? Since I left? Since I wasn't here? When I wasn't here? Blah, 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 blah. Good talk.
We have sort of decided that we're done with the healing. I had a question of how much faster the magical healing is compared to normal healing, but I was also thinking that maybe we don't need to decide that now. We can see how
if anyone is healed, is injured that badly.
Yeah, like how basically you get to decide that based on how the plot goes and what Lyd needs to do or needs to not be able to do. We also talked a little bit about shapeshifters, and we talked earlier about whether they had a gender as a child or not, or if they get to choose, and if so, what their attitudes towards gender is compared to humans.
Yeah.
But that's just a question that we're gonna discuss later, I think.
Yeah.
Right now, we are moving on to seeing in the dark.
Yay.
Yes. Is there a limit? Cats can see in the dark, but not in absolute blackness. That's a good point. Does he need sunlight, or is it rather a like?
However, like he can see in any kind of
dark.
Any degree of dark.
And then my question is, can he actually see in the dark, or has he gained another sense that helps him sort of sense what things are around him?
Or something.
Something like echolocation, but not exactly, because echolocation I don't think can help you like read in the dark, for example.
True. Does he develop flashlights in his eyebrows?
I think he would notice that.
Okay, yeah. Goes to scratch for his forehead, like, what is this?
Yeah. No, but like, is it that he can see in the dark, or is it that he has another sense?
That's a good question.
Because if it is see in the dark, then I feel like maybe there should be some sort of limitation where
duration or how dark or
yeah. Is it sharks that have some sort of electrical sensation in their skin and can sense things close to them?
No idea. I'm just thinking of Finding Dory and the whales and this was like a beluga whale or something who struggles with echolocation.
Yeah.
I learn a lot from animated movies.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like if what he has gained is not exactly the ability to see in the dark, but rather an ability to sense things around him.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Would we? Yeah. Which one do we like?
I mean, also, if he's gonna be, just for plot's sake, if he's gonna be able to help Neon with the underwater lid, sorry, with the underwater cave challenge thing that we haven't fully fleshed out, but still, it needs to be useful there too.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it still would be, depending on like Moon said, what the limit is for how far he can see or sense.
I don't know. What do you? I mean, you seem kind of intrigued by the maybe not echolocation, but like related to that, a new sense.
I mean, I like it because it's something new. It's something I haven't seen done before, and it would like basically. It would take a little bit more figuring out if it is a completely new thing. If it's just see in the dark, then that's a lot easier and will take less time for us to figure out. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Also, apparently bats, because Lyd was going to capture a bat and turn into that, they have echolocation.
Yeah.
Not seeing in the dark.
Yeah. Like if it was light, you'd be able to see quite far, but he can only see sense in the dark up to 10 feet away. Or some other distance limit.
Yeah.
Then coming into the light again, he would be temporarily blinded. I have another idea based on this. Does he actually go blind?
I've been thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loses his ability to see. He gains a different sense that is not dependent on light or dark, but is maybe a lot narrower. He can't see far away.
Is it a bit more like not X-ray vision? Because I don't think that you can see through walls and stuff, but like a mix of echolocation and X-ray, something. But then, how does he not notice? Because then we have to change that. If he wakes up blind one day. If he woke up with the ability to see in the dark, then the plot thing was like, oh, why are you standing here in the dark? How can you see anything? Here's a light. Oh, now you're temporarily blinded because. But if he wakes up blind, how will he make it to work? And how, won't he notice earlier on in the plot?
I mean, that depends. Say, for example, that he lives in the archive, like he's
a workaholic.
Yes. No, but the archive has living quarters for the archivists. That means he never has to go outside, and so can't tell that, I can't see the horizon anymore. What's going on?
So you could just echolocate, quote unquote, his way to his workplace. Workspace. Yeah.
And then he doesn't notice because very suddenly becomes natural to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't consider the fact that maybe he can sense things that are behind him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just, I go up, I go in this narrow corridor, I have my breakfast, I go down to the archives. I never have to see any further than I can sense now.
Maybe.
That's a good point, Moon.
Yeah.
Maybe we should check with Dal if this is something we're going to go with, because now we're getting into potential
misrepresentation.
Yeah, because now we're also giving him a disability in being blind, even if it's and I know that there is not always I know, was it Dal or was it someone else that was complaining about, like, how a lot of time when like heroes become blind, they gain a superpower instead, so they're not really blind. And I don't really remember the context, but I do wish Dal was here right now so she could.
I mean, it's definitely something that's run by sensitivity readers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could also backtrack a little bit and give him that power of, I'm going to keep saying echolocating until we come up with a different name.
Yeah.
He keeps his sight, and he's able to do that in dark spaces, but with a limitation of, like Moon said, like 10 feet or a certain distance.
Yeah.
And then stepping back out into the light will temporarily blind him because...
But then it has something to do with his eyes, his being able to see in the dark.
True. But also, I mean, most people who go into a pitch black room and then turn on the light will be temporarily blinded.
Yes.
Even if you use your magical powers. Totally. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was another visually impaired author tuber on the Evergreen Writing Oasis disability panel.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, but I will look into it.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm going to write a character that is blind.
Yes.
Which is... I would need to do a lot of research about all of that. Now I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because I really like the not... Yes, so we have being able to see in the dark, which is potentially needs some light to see.
But maybe slightly less light than other people. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or he is able to see in the dark. Maybe it's I don't know if he's able to see in the dark. What if it's... Okay, now I'm completely... Because I suddenly started thinking about, but what if there is a condition where you can, like, smell colors and see sense. Yeah.
Synesthesia.
Yeah. What if he gets an extreme version of that? So the reason he can see in the dark is because he's not using his eyes to see anymore. He's using his nose or his ears or something.
Maybe. I don't fully know how synesthesia works. I've heard, like, I can taste colors and I can, like, numbers have color, like that. But maybe. So what did I say? Synesthesia. Whoops, what did I click? I clicked something. Synesthesia. Yeah. You might feel like you can taste the color of something, or you can hear colors, or like certain letters, certain...
Yeah.
I've seen people paint, like, this song to me looks like this, and they painted the song.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's cross-sensory input or chemicals that belong to the processing of one sense getting off track and ending up in a different sensory processing part of the brain. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it would be a magical version because I'm imagining even people with this can't see in the dark because they hear instead of see.
Yeah.
Because it still comes in through the eyes, even if it feels like it. Yeah. Or we just make it easy to, partially because we also don't have a whole lot of time for this, and just make it seeing in the dark and just figure out
the details later. Maybe. Moon also asked, do you want Neum to have a permanent / total control of his magic, total cost of his magic, while it has a temporary / fixable cost, like needing rest, water, food, and then becoming fine again, being fine again? Yeah, that's also a good point.
And I mean, to me that depends. If he's always able to see in the dark, if that's not something that he makes happen, then there should always be a cost.
Yeah, he should always be tired, or he should always be...
Yeah, or if it's like, if the thing is that he can see very well in the dark because his eyes take in all of the light, then he needs to always be light sensitive.
Yeah. Sunglasses.
Yes. Which they probably don't have.
Probably not, no.
But like wearing hats or having like a thin piece of fabric or something over your eyes too. Things like that.
Maybe, yeah. It's theorized that everyone's senses are commingled in infancy and childhood, and only boring grown-ups make such total and arbitrary decisions. You know, that reminds me, that wasn't this story, Marcus, but we talked about something where like XYZ is common in childhood and then they grow out of it. For this, we talked about like as a child you can turn into any animal, but we talked something else to it, right?
If you're thinking about the demon girl story where the creatures have magic in childhood, but then as they grow into adults, they lose their imagination, and so they lose their magic.
Yes.
Yeah. Lid can invent him some sunglasses.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a bonding moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going with seeing in the dark.
Yes.
Needs then potentially a little bit of light, but only like a teensy bit of light.
Less than the average person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say than the average human, but then I realized that Lid is no human.
And like potentially less than even like a cat.
Yeah.
Light.
But now I feel like they should have like a seeing in the dark challenge.
You can be a bat.
Exactly.
But with that, can see perfectly. Is very light sensitive. Can't handle full sunlight.
Yeah.
Etc.
I mean, that still works with the plot of him just standing working in the dark.
Yeah.
So that works fine with that. And he doesn't have to, especially if he lives in the archive, he doesn't have to have ever been outside during that day.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah. So then the he can see in the dark. The restrictions is that he needs at least a little bit of light.
Yeah.
And the cost is that he is very light sensitive.
And that for him then doesn't really go away. Or maybe it does if he spends enough time in light. Maybe he gets less light sensitive until he goes into the dark again. I'm thinking like Lid can, if she doesn't heal anyone for a while, she regains her full strength and her full energy. And if he isn't in the dark for a while and doesn't use his darkness seeing powers, maybe his light sensitivity goes down. Maybe.
Maybe. I would like it better if it didn't.
No, just, yeah.
If that's a permanent thing.
Sure.
Might make the fire challenge harder. Yeah, definitely.
And that's before he's gotten sunglasses too, so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it is seeing, so if he's blindfolded or his eyes are closed in some way, he would still be unable to see. I mean, yeah, because then he's using his eyes. I don't know, like, maybe closing his eyes isn't really enough, because, I mean, you can still see
light
when you do that. I don't know how well you can see. No, if he closes his eyes or if he's blindfolded, then he can't see.
No.
I want to say.
No, because there's just something blocking his eyes.
Yeah.
Mm.
He would still probably see light just as we do, which means that closing his eyes in the face of strong sunlight is still not enough for him to, like, be able to relax his eyes.
Yeah.
If he's that sensitive.
It should dull his light sensitivity a little bit.
Yeah.
But not, like, cure it, not make it go away completely.
No.
Mm.
Can't see if he's blindfolded or has closed his eyes.
Mm.
Yeah? What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're clicking around.
I'm sorry.
I feel like you're not paying attention here.
I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah?
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to know about this then?
Not that I can think of straight off the bat like that.
Because that's then a fairly simple thing. Maybe, like, how quickly can he go between dark, like, light and dark?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, for example, the lightning.
Yes.
Because that's very bright. And then...
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to have a great time at the beginning of his challenge.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be glad he starts with tornado. Just saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You okay?
Yes. I read Moon's comment and I didn't understand, but was that what you were doing?
No, but now it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's also something you'll discover when you write it.
Yeah.
How much that hurts. How sharp that is.
Yeah.
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 Cool. What about elemental magics then?
Yes. What about them?
They are magical.
And elemental.
Yes. And they are granted to you by the gods when you succeed with the challenges.
Yes.
That we already know.
Yes. What we've said earlier, first of all, is that they can't create things that don't exist.
No.
Like, they can't create metal. And they can't make a flower grow from nothing.
No. Which means they also can't be in a desert and conjure up water.
Unless they can pull whatever water is
in the ground
or in the air. That's not a lot of water in the air, but, like,
well, humidity.
Not a lot of that in the desert.
No, but magical deserts.
They can't make it.
No.
But if it's close, they can find it and or pull it out of the ground or something like that.
Yeah.
Can't create the element, conjure metal from nothing, or grow plants from nothing. But if the element exists nearby, they can find and call it to them.
Yeah. Water.
Then the question is, with fire, do they need to like, because they can't create fire, but can they like pick up a flame? What is that flame burning then?
Air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But-
also if they have, because I mean, anyone can make fire. Like,
Yeah.
there are non-magical ways
Yeah.
and non-modern ways to make fire.
Yeah.
But can they take some ashes and make them be fire again? No, because no. But like, could they pick up an ember and turn that into a flame? A, without burning themselves, and B, making it grow.
I mean, probably as long as there's something for the fire to feed on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe they could hold fire if, like, I don't know if they could. We'll figure that out if and when we get to that.
If and when we get to fire.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we need to know? What does it cost?
I was gonna say before, like, does it have to cost anything because it's magical? Then I realized it's all magical, isn't it? I don't know, because I don't want the cost of that being as much as big
No.
as the magic that they wake up with one day.
No, I mean, I could imagine it being a lot smaller. Like, I could imagine maybe this just takes focus.
Yeah.
It doesn't take any energy or anything like that. It just takes focus and potentially a certain understanding
And
of the
practice
as
well, because that's the thing that I'm worried about.
Can I have the lip thingy by the way?
Yes. That's the thing I'm worried about with these magics and how they're gonna learn them.
Mm.
Because if they have to use them to prove themselves, either use them during the challenges, like, oh, I now know the water one, and I encounter plants, and I want this plant to grow, and so I will water it somehow.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you have to prove yourself by challenging the ruler or something, I don't want it to be too quickly, like too quick, too fast, that they have. What's going on?
I don't.
The formatting went
No.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want them to like, oh, of course I know how to use fire. I have gained the firepower, and thus, because that's too easy.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want them having to practice picking up a flame, you know? Okay.
Yes. I just don't understand why this.
Maybe move the tab thing up at the top.
No, but it's the wrong. It should be
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
but it's not.
I will click around with that.
Cool. What do I do?
Smile.
We don't want the elemental magic to cost too much.
No. I also don't want it to be an insta-learn
Oh.
thing.
Maybe that's why.
We also don't want them to insta-learn them.
No,
No.
but they need to sorry.
You get distracted.
Yes. This is annoying me. Put that over there.
Yeah.
We don't want them to insta learn it.
No.
But we also don't want it to be super draining.
No. Could it just be like a cooldown time? Like if you used your fire magic, you can use it for 10 minutes at a time, and then an hour has to pass before you can use it again. No.
The thing is, if we want it to be like I have been chosen by the gods, we need it to be kind of powerful.
Yes. Yeah.
In Dungeons and Dragons, there's the thing called concentration. You can develop it as a skill, but if you're interrupted or something surprising happens or whatever while you're doing a spell, it can stop your spell. But the concentration is a single skill that can be applied to any kind of magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, something like that could be useful.
I mean, could that be? Because originally we talked about how they need to how the previous elemental magic they've gained can help them in a future challenge.
Oh.
But what if when you've gathered up all 7 of them, you have concentration? It's like an overarching virtue. No,
because then you can't use the magics before that.
No, but will they? Is the question. Oh?
Yes.
Have we said anything about that?
Yes. Liam is going to use his ground magic to nudge Lid and Tev out of the fire.
Well, Liam
and he's going to fly while doing it.
He's
so
special. Okay, fair enough. Because I worry that the magic's going to get too overpowering. Like, they're going to be too overpowered with it. But that can be fixed. I don't know.
I mean, I'm thinking it's a matter of focus. Sort of like the concentration, but like you like some things are easy.
Mm-hmm.
I find a seed, I'm going to grow it into a flower. That's easy. Making that flower, I don't know, grow a certain shape or yeah. There are far more difficult things you can do, but then you need a lot more focus.
Yeah.
Because that would mean they need to practice the focus and they need to practice and figure out, okay, what can I do with this?
Yeah.
Because while there might not technically be limits, there might be limits in their minds. Like I can I don't know, I can lift the ground up here to create a little hill, but I can't make a mountain because I don't believe it would be possible for me to make a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
If I did believe that was possible, I could do it if I had enough focus and...
So it's both focus and self-confidence.
Sort of.
Or trust in your own abilities. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that would make them as newly learned their magics. That could make them less powerful than the ruler who's had his magic for a long time, even if the ruler's magic has started to crumble.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because we don't want it to be too easy once they have all of their magic and they're going to take power. We don't want that to just be, I'm just going to burn you alive and you can't do anything about it. Bye-bye.
Question.
Yeah.
Could that also be a thing of like the ruler and maybe his heirs, like immediate heirs that he has control over, they know that you need to have a certain focus or concentration or whatever. I'm thinking of like involving meditation or trying to think of a different word, but like those kinds of exercises from childhood, so that they have a certain kind of focus and should be stronger with the power, should be able to wield it better.
Yeah.
But Niam and Lid don't have that.
No.
So they're a bit more haphazard, a bit more like, suddenly fire, what do I do with it? Whereas a royal heir who grew up in the with this knowledge might be more like, okay, calming down, breathing a specific way, meditate, like being grounded and like, okay, I have this flame, I can grow it into a bonfire. Like maybe. Yeah.
So it takes focus to wield power. Focus can be learned, practiced. Limits to what you can do is based on confidence, what you believe should be possible.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Because I mean, neither one of them knows a lot about this challenge, knows a lot about how the magic system works. So obviously you're not going to be like, oh, of course I could grow a mountain. Whereas an actual heir, quote unquote, like someone who knew they might go on this quest, has seen it done. They know. Maybe not seen it done, but like.
Yeah, there's also the potential other way around. Someone who has grown up with the magic and seen it happen, like, especially if it's not known that is what makes the limit. That's not something that anyone knows. And so my dad is the ruler. I have seen him do amazing things, but I also know that, like, he can't create a mountain.
Yeah.
I therefore know that, well, you can't create a mountain with this magic. Yes, you have an antenna.
Yes, I do.
But I have never, now I'm a different person. I have never seen magic. I have just heard the legends. So I believe that, yes, you can create mountains because that is something that's happened in the stories. Obviously, I can create a mountain. And so you can, because you believe it.
And suddenly the ground starts rumbling. There's a whole new mountain ridge. And you're like, I did that. Pat on the back.
Yeah. Potentially.
I agree with Moon too. Neither of them knows that much, but maybe Liam knows a bit more because he's at least been in the capital and stuff.
Yeah.
And that could balance out the shifting ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is if we're going with that, knowing more is better.
Yes, of course.
But that's also, maybe it's not so much about knowing more. Maybe it's having read more legends about it. And potentially advantage he could also have is that he is more, like, maybe a bit calmer. We've said that he doesn't rush into things, and he makes plans and stuff, and maybe that helps him with the magic as well.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Maybe on top of being taught how to read in the magic world, magic part of the world, they also learn meditation.
Maybe.
Yeah. So what do we want then? Do we want you to be overly confident if you've heard about it or not heard about it?
I think it's a little bit of both. It depends on what you've heard.
Because it's also, like Moon just said, being calm and collected should help with focus.
Yeah.
It's also two different things. Or not really, but like, I am calm and collected, and like, you know, I'm calm right now. I can grow this hill because that's the extent of my imagined power, the imagined extent of my powers. Whereas I am calm and collected, I can shake the ground a little bit. Third person grows a mountain.
Yeah.
If so long as they're all calm and collected, the extent of their ability is still what they imagine it possible to do.
Yeah.
Imagines it possible. Good English. Yeah. But you need to be calm and collected, which means that if you're suddenly in an avalanche, you probably won't be like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna be crushed. I'm calm. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how we have all these disastrous things. We have tornadoes and avalanches and rocks fall and everyone dies. And
yes. So it takes focus to wield the power. Focus can be learned and practiced. Being calm and collected helps.
With being focused, yeah, exactly. Liam could have lots of ideas of what is possible because of his reading, but Lyd might try something nobody ever did before because she doesn't worry about what's possible. That's true.
Yeah.
He might have a playbook of options, but he's limited by those.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Yeah. So if you have heard stories about magic and what it can do, you are limited by those stories, but also knowing that at least you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know much about magic, you might try something no one else would think of because it's impossible.
Yeah. And it goes both ways. I mean, Lyd might also go like, I have no idea. Can I even like move a rock?
Yeah.
Or it could be like, I'm gonna build a mountain.
Yeah.
Build a mountain. Whatever. Grow a mountain.
Yes.
I'm gonna plant a little gravel piece and I'm gonna water it and then mountain.
Uh-huh.
That's how it works, right?
Uh-huh.
I know geology. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would generally be an advantage for Neum, but could mean that in a certain situation he thinks there's no solution, but Lyd is willing to try something he wouldn't. Yeah.
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 I like it.
I like to.
Let's see. I had another question. I had the question about elemental magics, what they can do, what it costs.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very, very good question a moment ago.
Focus, calmness,
I'm trying.
trying new things, being limited by what you've heard or read, believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Hopefully I'll think of it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, a question I also had.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we even? This isn't what I was. Ah! Are you doing something?
Yeah, I fixed the thing.
What thing?
The tabbing.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
I
didn't fix it.
Changed things
It's
down
because I
here.
didn't fix it. Cool.
Yeah. I was looking for something.
Sorry.
Does the challenge change them physically in some way?
Right.
That was a point related to elemental magics. When they gain the elemental magic,
Mm-hmm.
do they gain some sort of physical, like something that makes them look a little bit like the elementals or something? But Moon is also asking a really good question. I'm most concerned about the electrical elemental magic. If they can manipulate but not create the element, what could they do with regard to electricity in a world that doesn't have electricity?
Another one. Yeah.
I mean, either they have to use their air and water and whatever else to create a thunderstorm, and then they can direct electricity.
Which then makes electricity really quite difficult to wield. Like, it takes a lot to get to the electricity.
Yeah. Or, I mean, because there's also the like static electricity.
If they rub some rubber together and then they can zap people.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
Because all they need probably is a little bit of electricity.
It's a spark.
It's a spark. And then they can use that and make that bigger.
True.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how the science behind that works. How exactly you make electricity bigger. But
No.
I'm thinking that if we try to make it simple, if they have a little bit of electricity and then they can.
I mean, just like they can grow a seed into a plant, they should be able to grow a spark of electricity into a lightning bolt.
Yes. Husband randomly listening in has a frightening point. Our neurological systems are electrical.
Yes, they are.
Yes. We do actually have electricity in our bodies. And
Also water.
Also water, yes. That has implications.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use the electricity in your own body? Can you manipulate the electricity in someone else's body in order to...
Ooh. Just give them like a shock or...
Yeah, or make like... Exactly,
maybe
short out someone's brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I started thinking like epilepsy and electrotherapy and those types of things. Moon, why is your family getting so many good ideas?
Really should watch Avatar. Yeah, we should.
We should get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun money.
Sure.
We have part of our budget that's like, this money is set aside for fun.
Yes. We complained just the other day about
That we
not
don't have
having
a
a show
show.
to watch.
Perfect.
Okay then.
Okay
We
then.
are-
If we
we are
don't
getting
like
on
it,
that.
we're holding you responsible. No.
I think if we don't like it, we're holding everyone who has ever been in these chats for
Yep,
equally
'cause
responsible.
everyone, Violet, AB, Moon, I think Dal too, everyone's been saying how good that show is. So, yeah. And if you haven't said that and we just blamed you for it now, then,
Husband plays Dungeons and Dragons and does world building for it. Okay, fair enough.
Moon, I'm going to send you a thing on Gmail or something, a link to a thing that your husband might want to kickstart. Check your email. I'll get on that right now.
Maybe get on that later, actually.
get on
and
that
we
later.
Focus.
Totally
Write it down so you remember.
Yes. Moon, husband, D&D. I'm going to play husband with your D&D.
Yes, I've convinced you. Noel convinced the rest of the family, and I was a hard sell until I realized how many awards it won, etc.
Okay.
Yeah.
D&D, Kickstarter, husband, Moon. Moon husband.
Well, Moon is your husband. Wasn't that a thing that we
Wasn't
concluded?
Aaron my husband?
Maybe you,
I have so many
you were
husbands.
Moon's husband. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. I'm not going to moon your husband. No.
Yes. Well,
Anyway.
Violet, off topic but thinking about working titles. The dual rule.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
No.
Interesting.
I am.
I'll write that down somewhere.
I am changing the channel in the Discord right now.
The dual rule.
Yes.
The dual rulers. Dueling rulers. This is B with a 1, apparently. Cool.
Dual rule project.
Yes.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, there is in our Discord, which is linked down below, there is a specific channel that is meant for just discussing this project. If you haven't wanted to join the Discord for any other reason, you can join it for that. And feel free to mute all of the other channels if you're not interested in anything other than this. But we do have that there. Hopefully we're not going to do, like, we might, while we're writing, I need a name, or help me figure out this thing that I need to know right now. I'm thinking that we're going to use this channel for that.
Yeah.
And also for like big updates.
Yeah.
Which we are also in some way going to put out on YouTube, either in the form of live streams or videos, or we haven't quite decided. But
I actually wouldn't mind, like, this is a slight sidetrack, but I actually wouldn't mind like update streams, or not so much update streams as like, here is a list of problems that I need to solve. Here's a list of problems you need to solve.
Yeah.
And then we discuss it, and we discuss it.
Yeah.
Like a circle.
I mean, we talked about doing that.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
You talked about that. You're smart. I love you.
I think we both talked about it. But anyway. I will need to get on with the Discord. I've never used it before, and I'm cautious, suspicious, paranoid about social media. So am I. The good thing about Discord, as compared to a lot of other social media, you only get the things from the channel that you, or from the server that you're in. You can choose however many or few servers you want to be in.
Yeah.
And you will never get, oh, here's a random thing someone liked.
Yeah.
Or here's someone has commented on this thing.
Like happens on Facebook and Twitter at least, not so much Instagram, but that's still like recommended or suggested posts. And stuff. Yeah.
Discord is only this thing, and within a server, you're able to ignore some of the channels if you're not interested. For us, for example, we have a channel called Writing Buddy Showroom. If you're not interested in seeing the pictures people put up of their pets or plushies or plants or other things, you can just mute that and not have to bother with it.
Yeah.
So Discord is a little different from other social media. So if you don't like social media, Discord might still work for you.
Yeah.
I'm not guaranteeing anything. Feel free to try it and to not use it if you don't like it. But yeah.
Yeah.
We have a fun Discord server.
Yes.
Writing Violet never gets a notification with a question of the day. I always miss it. Yeah, I have the setting for the question of the day bot set for it only notifies people who are currently online. I've been thinking of changing that so it notifies everyone, even if you're not online, but I also don't want to overwhelm people with notifications. I might put a question in the Discord about whether people want me to change that, change things or not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Nerdfacteria Discord, which was the first thing that got me interested.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not on that one. I'm not very active in Nerdfacteria at all anymore.
I never have been.
It's a bartering thing.
That's how it works.
Give and take. I'm glad that we get inspired by how the world works.
Yes.
Cool. I just want to say that we have so much left to go through.
Yep.
And we've been going for 2-3 hours even.
Almost, yes.
Almost? Yeah, I mean 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? Also, I'm sorry I messed up the whole thing.
That's okay.
No.
I'm feeling I can continue for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we still have people in the chat who don't seem super tired.
You are allowed to leave if you want to.
Yes. You
are
don't have
not,
to stay
in fact,
for the entire
in
thing.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I could go for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get a bit more of this done.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go for another hour or another 20 minutes or another 3 hours. I don't know.
No.
But
we continue for now.
Yep.
Yeah. Moon keeps wanting to scroll through the document you have up. Yeah, I don't know what you're watching on. There is a link to the document in the description if you can have two tabs up at the same time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Unless you want to be invited into the stream and then given the control of the document, and then you can scroll through heart's content.
That's not really.
That's the level of chaotic I am.
Cool.
Yes.
We're not going to do that. I'm very sorry.
But back to elemental magics.
Back to elemental magics. Yes, I still don't remember the good point that I was going to make.
Okay, just make a note. I had a good point here, and then oh, it's working now. No.
Yes, so they can't create the element.
Moon, you're adorable.
Also try to warm my hands by Netflix fireplace videos. So.
That's adorable.
I mean, one day there will be fireplaces that actually do give off heat.
Yes.
And
that will be the best of days.
Yes.
What's the best of days and the worst of days?
Hopefully they will also have the fireplace smell.
Ooh.
Because
I am still so upset. Side note, Markus's parents has a summer home, vacation home thing that has a fireplace. I have been to that place a number of times, just not in the last year and a half. 2 years, 3 years, because COVID and COVID.
Yeah.
I have never once been there when the fireplace has been burning. We have never once burnt the fireplace. I didn't grow up with fireplaces. I don't know if I've ever sat in front of one, for real.
No.
And for Midsummers, like 3 years ago, we were coming over on Midsummers, and the night before they burnt the fireplace.
Yeah.
So we missed it by
Yeah.
like 12 hours. And I'm very upset.
One day, I promise, we will go there when it's a little bit colder than it usually is when we're there,
Mhm.
and we will use the fireplace.
I want a nano retreat there.
Yeah.
I want a nano retreat there so hard.
We will do that.
Hopefully this year.
Yeah.
I have fireplace but never fire because small children. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
those two don't really combine.
Yeah, I was so upset with my grandfather when I was little
Oh.
because my grandma's house on the islands, which is like neighboring my parents' house. My parents built their house on my grandmother's land. My grandfather built that house, but he built it wrong, so the fireplace doesn't work. And I was so upset that we couldn't have a fireplace there.
I'm sorry.
We can on my mom's family summer house. That could at least burn.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we ever did. Well, we burnt the actual oven.
Yeah.
But anyway, sidetracking. We are focusing on elemental magics.
Yes.
Electric magic is terrifying.
Yep.
There is electricity in our bodies, so they can probably use that in some way if they know it's there, or they should be able to sense it.
Yeah. I hear a crackle. Ew. I'm gonna zap people.
Yes.
Everyone is so evil in this world.
Or maybe it's just you.
You did not just say that.
I did not. They can't create it. They can manipulate it, sense that it's nearby, find it, and call it to them.
Mm-hmm.
It takes focus to wield the power, and you can learn/practice this focus to be able to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Being calm and collected helps. The limits to what you can do is based on your confident or what you believe should be possible. So if you know that magic can do this, then magic can do that. But if you know that magic can't do this, then you can't do it. And if you don't know and you're just like, well, magic should be able to do this,
Yeah.
then potentially based depending on your focus and all of that, but you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes. And I had a good point somewhere.
You've had many good points throughout the process of this, I want to say.
Yes. And yes, they could sense an element that's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they can like automatically sense it or if they have to like, okay, is there water somewhere around here? Because otherwise, I mean, they should be able to sense humans coming close to them if they have both electricity and water, and they can like, oh, there, I can sense the connection, like the specific way that water and electricity is working together to form a human. There's a human over there.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes, humans are entirely made up of water and electricity.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that you're wrong. Maybe manipulating electrical impulses in a person's body could interrupt their train of thought, distract them from focusing on their magic they're doing, and maybe make them stumble.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like it could cause seizures or something awful, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Most of these magics can be used for good and evil.
Yes. Electricity.
I'm really tired. Sorry about that.
T-shirts?
Yep. It's good.
Thank you. I was eyeing Moon's comment to make sure that I did it right.
Good spelling, Moon.
Yes. If you want /art. Careful. But yeah, other than that, I feel like we will just see what we want this elemental magic to be able to do
Mm-hmm.
when we're writing, and then we'll discuss it either with each other or with you guys in the Discord or something if we feel like, should this be possible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh?
Sounds good.
Huh? In which case we are moving on. We know what fox snakes
Well,
are called.
Sorry, one
No?
quick thing.
Yeah.
Did we say anything about it takes focus to use the power?
Yeah.
But it doesn't drain you at all. There's no cost to it.
I mean, focus also drains you.
True. Okay.
There is the whole thing of like a well-played chess game burns as many calories as a football match or a soccer match. Yeah. Because of the focus. There is like in like world championships and stuff of chess.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who have like collapsed because like they have lost so much weight during the competition because they've been focusing so hard.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's really weird. But the brain does burn. Most of the calories that we burn in a day is burned by the brain.
Cool.
Or so I've been told. So, I mean, it does take... In that way, it does cost energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just
I
figured.
love your fact. Facts are good. We like facts.
I like the. I wondered if we should make a note of that.
Focus energy after a while. And
Yeah.
brains do use a lot of glucose. Yeah. Anything else about the elemental magics we feel like we need to know now?
I just wanted to make a comment of the drainage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can move on to something else.
Yes. What we had next.
We've done the cost of magic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remove that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I messed up. I don't know what I've done, okay? But I think if we go back up here
Yeah.
and we do enter, 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 enter,
Yes.
and then put calendar or wherever we want.
Yes, because we had the question.
Right.
Okay, we answered these. I thought I'd removed some of this. That's why I'm confused. When does the challenge start? That varies. That we've decided that.
Yeah. Sorry, Moon is also saying that could be a good conflict for Lyd. She could have to choose between using an elemental magic and healing someone if she doesn't have energy for both.
Very true.
Very true. I'm gonna put that down in the plot part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we are. Then that is so confused.
Yeah.
Because
Things have happened.
yeah. Okay, what do we feel is important to know then? I was asking if the challenge physically changes them in any way.
I want to say no.
No?
I don't want it to be visible from the outside.
No? Not even a like subtle thing?
How subtle?
I don't know.
I want to say no.
No.
Unless we can, I'm open to changing my mind on it.
Yeah.
But for now, I want to
For
say
now,
no.
no.
Yeah.
What about the hints coming in dream form? Because again, that was something that we said, that they would get a dream that would tell them this is where you're supposed to go next.
Yeah.
But then we decided that Neum makes a plan, and as far as we've plotted so far, he follows that plan.
Yeah, that is very true. And I mean, it's the different the challenges are always different depending on who is the challenger.
Yeah.
And I guess multiple challenges can be solved multiple ways.
Yeah.
Like when Neum is helping Lid and Ted out from the fire, and he's flying and making the ground raise up and form a path, sort of. That is one way to solve it. If he had the water power, maybe he could, put out some of the flames, or maybe he could, there are different ways to solve them, and maybe you don't even need to use the elemental power. It's an option, but it's more about your brain and your thoughts.
Yeah.
You need to be logical about it. More so than like, oh no, but I need to have had the water power so I can go to the fire and so on. But that makes me wonder. I mean, it kind of just seems like Lid is going in whatever order she comes across them.
Yeah, she's just walking and see what happens.
Exactly. She tried to do the water one. They were like, no, you're not ready, and then so on.
Yeah.
Maybe his insistence on sticking to his plans makes him ignore the dreams.
Yeah.
Could also be a thing.
Yeah, I do kind of like that. Because it would show a form of stubbornness.
Yeah.
And potentially be dangerous for him if he decides that, no, I'm going to do the metal challenge now. And like, no, but you're not actually ready for it. And then I would like it if we could somehow make it so that Lid shows up in time to help him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
But
the dreams themselves are not foreshadowing. It's not like, oh, you're now next going to come across the fire challenge and this will happen. It's more a clue of like, you should head towards fire now. Or you just dream about flames or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not foreshadowing for what will happen.
Yeah. If he doesn't know he's supposed to get dream clues, he might just think he's randomly dreaming about the challenges the way we would if we had to worry about doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do get hints. Let's see, where are we? Yeah. Dream clues for that quest. They get clues on where to go next in their dreams the night after managing a challenge, maybe. Maybe it depends also on where they do start. Maybe they don't get a clue as to this is where you start, but rather they start somewhere and then it's okay, then next head that way.
Yeah.
Night after they manage a challenge. And Neum ignores, doesn't understand, and follows his plan rigidly. What happens with the part about not wanting to rule from way back in the beginning of the planning? Is that no longer a factor at all? That was before Neum even existed.
Yeah, it's a good like 20 years ago. I don't know, because the options they have is like either I try to become the ruler or I die.
Yeah.
They don't know about the whole co-ruler thing. I don't know when they learned that, but Lid at the very least doesn't know about that.
No.
Excuse me.
I think it's possible. I've been thinking that maybe Neum finds out through his research, maybe not in the beginning, but maybe he, while doing the challenges, also is trying to do research and finds out somehow in an old text somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's still a fact that at least, like, does Lyd want to rule, or does he just want to survive?
I don't think she's interested in ruling.
No.
Even if she, even if she's like, oh, my mother was treated poorly, and you know, it's not a revenge thing for her.
No.
I think it makes her, you know, not really trust the ruler and not very happy about humans. But
Yeah.
I don't really think she's like, yes, I'm gonna take the throne and I'm gonna rule and I'm gonna make
No,
the world
because
a better place.
we said earlier about her that she is not a political person. She maybe wishes that the relations between humans and shapeshifters were better, but only in a vague,
would be nice sort of way.
yeah,
She has no intention of fixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wondering if Lyd would be reluctant to use her elemental magics if she's reluctant to rule.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe if she connects elemental magics with being a bad guy because the ruler is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Then it's possible that she doesn't want them and she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this quest, but then I'm gonna go home and never use these magics.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah. I mean, she might have no intention of, like, if I make it through, which I don't think she believes she will, if I make it through and if I, you know, I get to challenge the ruler and so on, I will choose to not do that. I will, in that case, ascend the throne 50 years down the line when the ruler has died at the ripe young age of 130 years old. You know, she has no drive to take the throne soon.
No.
If she has to take it, she will. Like, when now given the option to.
Yeah.
But she won't challenge him for it.
Whereas Niam has lived under this ruler.
Mm-hmm.
He might have suffered under this ruler in some way, and it's like, oh, I can get this power and I can challenge him and I can make this land a better land. He has that ambition.
That drive, yeah, definitely. And there's also a difference between, like, that could also be a thing between them. I want the lip thingy, please. Hello. It could also be a thing between the two of them. Because once they've both gained all the elemental powers, he could choose a challenge, whereas she doesn't, even though they're supposed to co-rule.
Yeah. And then we have to decide if she
changes her mind.
Yeah.
Or if she lets him start first, or if like how that works.
Yeah.
More plot!
Yay! Do you want to write that down in the plot while we...
Sure. Let me remind me what I said. I said, where am I writing this? Down here somewhere. Plot thing. Okay.
Lyd doesn't want to rule. She's only doing this to survive.
Doing this to survive. No desire to challenge the ruler. When given the chance. At least from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Niam. I want to move this forward. Niam has suffered under this ruler.
Yeah.
Sees this as an opportunity.
Yeah. And if that is an opportunity to, I'm going to get revenge on this ruler who's such a bad person, or if it's more, I want to make this country better, that might also change over the course of the story. From potentially, I want revenge, to I want to make things better.
Might. You may scroll down if you want to show what I'm writing. During the course of the story. Yes. Lyd doesn't want to rule, is only doing it to survive. No desire to challenge the ruler. Might change. Niam has suffered under the ruler. And sees an opportunity to make the world a better place or get revenge, which might also change.
Yeah.
What happens later on? Does anyone change their mind? Does Niam challenge the ruler alone?
Yeah.
And so on.
Yeah.
Questions.
Questions that need answers.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, they get clues in their dreams. Niam ignores those clues. This leads to a bad situation at some point. You okay?
Yes. I wrote up the thing that Moon asked about if Lyd is reluctant to use her magic.
Yeah?
Yeah. Could it then also be that they... Okay, question. This might also be too romance tropey, and it's not going to be romance trope. But could there be a thing of like they dream about the other person, at least after they've met? Lyd suddenly dreams about Niam being in trouble or being injured or something, and sees that as a calling to try to find them and help or something. Because they are connected. They are supposed to co-rule. There needs to be some sort of connection there.
I mean, they're. We've said that they are some sort of soulmates, not romantically, but
platonically, or yeah.
So maybe, yeah.
Yeah, just a thought.
Yeah. Write it down because it's a plot thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Was there anything else about the dream clues that we feel like we need to know now?
No, I don't think so.
So I can't help but feeling, I feel right now as if there is a big piece of world building that we are not doing.
Yeah.
And I just cannot think of what it is.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, it will come to us eventually.
Yes.
And it will stare us in the face and point and laugh. So
yes.
We will enjoy that immensely when we get there.
It's not what I was thinking about, but
yeah.
I forgot to write down religion.
Yes, you did.
Religion is a pretty big thing.
Pretty good thing.
I don't know if it's good, but it's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
It is too big to go into right now because I don't think we are going to want to continue for that long.
No.
But it does mean that we're going to have to do that. I don't think we're going to be done by the end of March either.
No. But I wanted to write this during camp.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yes.
Do we go to these shapeshifter questions?
Maybe, yeah.
Or are you feeling like you wanna?
What are the questions? The questions are:
do they have gender as children, or do they get to choose?
Right.
And so, what are their attitudes towards gender?
And superstitions.
Yeah.
Let's try to get through those things in half an hour, and then cap the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Way past done by my standards. Yeah, I
Same. I'm still a little scared that I'm going to be hit with the, I already know the story, I don't want to write it, which always happens to me when I world build or outline. plan, plot, whatever it is we're doing.
All of that.
All
All
of
of
it.
the above.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope you won't.
No.
So, do shapeshifters have genders?
I mean, I'm gonna give you the first say in that, because yeah, you have dealt with dysphoria.
Yes.
I have not. So, in an ideal world, we
Look
have
into
the
camera,
option.
not at me.
We have the option of making this however we want.
Yeah.
If the kids aren't raised in a gendered way, they wouldn't have the same rigidity about gender roles that we do.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
It won't be a big part of the story because it won't. The story won't take place a whole lot in the shapeshifter
No.
country, world, archipelago. But I do like the idea that they are born not as boy or girl, they're just born as a child.
Yeah.
And then as they go through puberty, that is when they, when it's decided
Mm-hmm.
if they are male or female,
Or neither.
or neither. True.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so if when Lid, because I don't think Neum is going to come to the shapeshifter part of the world.
No.
If Lid is around shapeshifter children, it will be gender neutral pronouns and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm fine with that.
No.
Yeah.
And
And then it's also like, because you said when they're teenagers, that's when it's decided.
yeah.
And then it's up to them, like they choose.
And I mean, I don't know if it's so much I actively choose
No,
or if it's
what you are comfortable with is what it is.
yeah, because I mean it's the whole thing of like, I mean, we as humans, at least for the like vast majority of people, we don't choose our gender.
No.
That's just a thing, and for some of us it doesn't match the biological sex.
No.
But in this case, like maybe the body will know which gender this person is in some way, and it will develop in a way that fits that.
Yeah.
Which might mean that you get like humans might be confused because, well, here is a person who has both male and female characteristics. Are they a man or a woman?
Mm-hmm.
But for shapeshifters, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. After that point, would sexual reproduction only be possible with one male and one female? Not sure this matters if it isn't any romance in this book. And then gradually gravitate towards their gender rather than having to fill out a form at some point and commit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about the reproduction thing.
I mean, the question there, this is a big question. What if it doesn't matter?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if they don't have male or female? That doesn't fit with what Violet just asked. When they shift, what about the animal's gender? Is it always the same?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, what if anyone has the ability to both carry a child or impregnate someone?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a matter of, oh, I am pregnant. Now I develop wider hips so I can give birth. Now I develop breasts so I can breastfeed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That makes it complicated. But this is already complicated.
I don't know.
I wanted to. Body will know seems to fit with the healing thing of body knows how it should be. So the magic can heal it properly without knowing anatomy or anything.
Mm.
It would probably be easier if it was not rigid, as in you become male or female, because what if you're neither?
Mm.
And maybe if you're gender fluid, your body actually continues to be fluid.
Yeah.
But for most people, it does settle into, well, my gender is I'm a woman, therefore I have a female body.
Mm.
And therefore I can get pregnant. And
yeah. Moon is asking, so if you're pregnant, you have to stay in a female form until the baby's born, or just change into a bird and lay eggs, and don't worry about it anymore.
I mean, we haven't actually decided how shapeshifters do. I was going to say replicate, reproduce.
And Violet's saying, would they have to say like shift about the animal's gender? It would be cool if it changed. You can be a lioness and a stag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to make it relatively simple.
More light.
I'm sorry.
I can't see.
We have these too.
Yeah.
To make it relatively simple,
Mm-hmm.
they are born without a gender, without a biological sex. There's nothing that shows. There's no difference in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
As they go through puberty, they settle if they are settled.
Mm-hmm.
If their gender is female, then they get a female body. If their gender is male, they get a male body. If their gender is somewhere in between, the body settles somewhere comfortable. And if they are gender fluid, then the body doesn't settle and goes a little bit back and forth.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens. Like you change into the same. Your animal form has the same biological sex as the one that you have been, the one you have developed.
Mm-hmm. So as a child, you can be any animal gender. You could be a lioness one day and a stag the other day, or would you just be a cub and a baby deer?
Kid.
A kid, yeah. And because in a lot of animal children, you can't tell.
Yeah.
It's also when they reach maturity that they grow horns, or now they grow a mane.
Yeah.
And so forth.
I mean, it's possible that they change into a, for lack of a better word, genderless animal form as well. Even as an animal, you don't have any like reproductive organs or anything. Like,
yeah.
I think that would make sense.
Yeah. But then if you when you've reached puberty and so forth, if you are gender fluid, then you can also change into, like Violet said, a lioness one day and a stag the next day, depending on on
your current gender.
Exactly.
Sort of.
So you could be both a lion and a lioness depending on where you're at. Yeah, sure.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Just chat I'm gonna start writing, and chat, feel free to
scream,
holler at us if we're being stupid. In puberty, their bodies breathe.
Moon, I sent you the thing. Dungeons and Dragon thing. You in an email.
Body knows it's on active choice. This means male, female, somewhere in between neither, or gender. fluid in which case the body settles. And that would mean that their attitude towards gender is basically a I don't care.
Yeah.
It would also mean that if they do meet a human with dysphoria, they wouldn't understand it.
No.
Because they've never been
Experienced it.
wrong. Like they a little bit in the way that like a cis person can never really understand dysphoria because if they've never experienced it.
Yeah.
A shapeshifter would be, especially a shapeshifter who doesn't know a lot about humans, would be like, no, but it can't be wrong. And then it'd have to be explained to them that in humans it can be wrong.
Yeah.
Which we don't know if that's something that's going to happen here. We don't know. Nia might be trans. We have no idea.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
There. Gender, regarding gender, is relaxed and nowhere near as rigid as humans, since they were all raised the same way.
No gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Moon. Take care. Thank you for helping us.
Oh, bye-bye.
Hope to see you in the Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your help.
Yes. Thank you also to your husband and to your child.
Yes.
For helping us as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So then we're we're down to superstitions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I basically think that we are at, like, basically just decide about, is there a superstition along the lines of, like, all shapeshifters have purple eyes, so if you see someone purple eyes, that's a shapeshifter. But also, shapeshifters can change their shape. So someone without purple eyes could still be a shapeshifter.
Yeah. Tagging on to that.
Yeah.
You said that they couldn't permanently change their physical form.
No.
But humans don't need to know that.
No.
And they could temporarily change their physical form, right? Or do you want to scrap that too?
I kind of want to scrap that too.
Oh, okay. So then they can't, but it can be a superstition about them.
Yeah.
Because humans don't know any better.
Because, I mean, obviously, they're shapeshifters. They can change their shape, and humans don't know the limits to that.
Yeah. Well, what do we think? Violet, are you still here? Because I like all the superstitions we have here.
Yeah.
We can alter them, of course, but like they have a physical attribute that obviously is dangerous, but they could change it, so you never know if they have it or not. Something along the lines of repelled by garlic or mirrors or water or like.
Yeah, I want to say not garlic or mirrors or anything other vampire-y or.
No, but it could be they don't like green. Like it could be anything.
Yeah.
And also that they have, because that's both the repelled by garlic one and the are shapeshifters allergic to magic. I hope they're not. Are they allergic to, say, silk?
Yeah.
That could mean there's quite a big market for tokens and repelling charms and stuff.
Yeah. And I like the idea of like Lyd accidentally coming across something that is supposed to be shapeshifting repellent, and she's like, ha ha ha, and then she gets a rash because it's something she's allergic to.
Yeah, I like that too. So I want to say yes to these things, but we could change what they are. I like the purple ice. I mean, that can stay.
Yeah.
But repelled by garlic, I mean, that and allergic, they're interchangeable.
We can shapeshifting repelling charms. Shapeshifters are allergic to. Yes, either a material or a type of food, certain spice, like something that is sort of reasonable to be allergic to, a certain plant.
Yeah. Celiacs, but then you kind of had to eat it. I mean, there are things like egg allergies. This light is really not helping. Egg allergies. You can get like an allergic reaction from eating it, but also from touching it.
Mhm.
Raw egg, like not the actual, like I'm holding an egg. That doesn't tend to give you a rash. But like if you're mixing
it's
a
cracked,
batter or something,
yeah. Yeah.
But then people are just gonna go around throwing eggs at people, which.
I mean, no, but like if it's a shape-shifting repelling charm,
Yeah.
it needs to be something that can be turned into a charm, something that can be used in it.
Yeah.
In which case, I mean, if it's something like silk or linen or something like that, then you just need a piece of that, and that, as compared to, it has to be a living rose.
Yeah.
That's what they're allergic to.
Yeah.
Because then you need to keep buying it. Depends how big of a market we want it to be.
Yeah. I mean, a piece of fabric of a specific kind, I guess, or like, oh, they're allergic to sand, like something like that. I'll put I got a jar of dirt thing.
Hemp.
Mm-hmm.
That's a material that is like the hemp rope is fairly often used to like make little charms and things.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah. And it's apparently allergy friendly.
Well, not to
shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could also be like a precaution that in marketplaces and stuff, they tie off your packages with hemp rope.
Yeah.
Because reasons. Yeah, that's.
And I mean, it could be like, I don't know if it's a common. It should be. That is a thing though. It shouldn't be something that is very common.
Okay.
Because then why do you need to buy charms, and also she's gonna have to look out for it everywhere.
Well, if she actually is allergic.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, and Violet's making a good point. Something you don't find around the sea also needs to be.
True.
Yeah. Specific kind of wood.
Yeah.
That
grows very inland.
Yeah.
Inland. Yeah.
And now I can't really think of any, because again, something that is not. We could also make up a tree. Yeah. Make up that there's a tree called Spliflip, and it grows only inland, and shapeshifters are allergic to it.
Yeah. Let's just put specific kind of tree material right now, and then we can decide on a name and stuff later. In my
yes, which doesn't grow near the ocean and is fairly rare.
Yeah.
Charms are made of it and sold.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then the next point is religion, which we're not going to get into today. So
no.
I guess that means that we're coming up on done. I know we also had food and calendar.
Yeah.
But
they are not super important.
They're not.
No.
For a first draft, we could just call the months January through July. Like, it works.
Yeah.
And for food, we now know the technology level, so we have to kind of base our food around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess that is where we're at with the last pure world building stream.
Yeah.
Unless we have a full stream of figuring out the religion. We'll see about that.
We'll figure it out.
But yes, since we are nowhere near done with the planning of the story, like I said earlier, we are going to keep streaming in March. We're going to stream on Saturdays, 1 p.m. UTC,
first one next week is going to be on Matilda's channel, and it is linked down below, I believe. I think it should be. If not, it is up on Matilda's channel, so you can go find it there.
Yeah.
And also, yes, again, join the Discord, because we do have, or not yet, but we will have some discussion about this project on the Discord as well. If you want to continue seeing updates and helping us out in real time as we start writing it.
Yeah.
Which is hopefully going to be in April.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done a lot today.
We have.
That has given
Yes.
me hope that we're closing in on maybe being done at
Yes.
some point in the foreseeable future.
And I think maybe in the future with the planning streams, we should have more specific questions prepared. I think we can do that. But we'll talk about that later. Yes, thank you everyone who has been in the chat today.
Thank you.
You have been a great help. And we now even have a working title for the story.
Credit to Violet for that.
Yes, thank you.
Dual rule. I do have a small caveat with that, though, that in the beginning of the story, the characters don't know about that. But
yeah, it's a working title. It's probably not what it's going to be,
No.
but it's a better working title than Elemental Challenge, in my opinion.
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything more to say?
Not really.
No?
Not really. I'm very grateful that you guys have dedicated time to us again and been here and helped us out. It's been a lot of help and a lot of fun. And I'm very grateful. And we're going to get Avatar.
Yes. Yes, we are. Well, okay. Thank you, everyone. And I hope to see you next week. Hope to see you both on Thursday for our writing stream and for Saturday for the next planning stream for this story. And yes, be safe. Take care.